Be the first thing that we read here.
All right.
And let's loosen up a bit with a little.
Well, we're gonna get a little loose, a little loosey
Oh,
goosey. I'm already
you're
feeling it.
gonna. He's gonna get wine drunk, and I'm gonna get ugly
Yeah.
drunk up
Okay.
in
Let's
here.
let's start on the fact that I'm not going to get wine drunk. I'm already wine drunk, and I'm gonna get even more wine drunk.
You're gonna get wine wasted,
I'm gonna
and I'm
get
gonna get regular wasted.
white girl wine wasted. No, dude, it's actually really good. This is Death Row Records wine. Shout out.
You know what they give you before they put you to the chair?
No, like Death Row Records, like the big like Tupac's old rap.
No, I didn't know that. That was a little
Big
before my time.
Tupac, Biggie, like Dre, like yeah, Death Row. That was there. I got it online. It's very
All
good.
right. So you're
Uh,
doing that. I'm
yeah,
hitting the magic Mountain Dew bottle.
drinking out of a
Dean, are
Game
you
of
hitting
Thrones.
anything, or did you take a little bit of the?
A little bit of this.
Hmm. All right. So we cannot be held responsible for anything we say here tonight,
No.
considering we are under the influence of both alcoholic beverages and drugs alike. Well, let's get into this thing.
All right. And flat.
I'm ready.
What's that?
All I've been able to think about
I'm
is
just kidding.
Saltburn over the last
Yeah.
24 hours.
Okay. John Street Films episode 34. We have double
This
review
is
day.
the Roy Halladay episode.
This is the Roy Halladay episode or the Roy Halladay episode.
Oh, it's gonna get rather sus in here.
um Double review day. We got
Mm-hmm.
Burn and then we watched Zach and I went and saw Godzilla Minus One, so we'll get into that. But we have we have a we have a third chair today.
Wow, what a
You need to
guest.
introduce yourself. This is actually his second time being on.
Yes.
hmm
Yes, it
He's
is.
officially now the most numerous
I'm now a
guest
recurring
we've ever
guest.
had here.
You are. Um you should take immense pride in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the other guest? Mr. P?
Yes. And then Dylan.
Yeah.
And then I had a film teacher I worked at the chart school with.
Yeah, that's right.
Which they were very stimulating conversations.
Yeah, they were good.
They were very good. And
We
now we
should
have
cycle. We should have a guest cycle of Dean and Dylan. I think that would keep it nice and fresh.
what about Dean and Dylan?
At the same time, I don't
Oh
know.
God.
Worlds might worlds might collapse. Solar systems might completely collapse on each other. Oh, damn it. I used the same word twice. Forget it.
Just one of
That was
those.
annoying.
Yeah,
I
damn
couldn't
it.
think of a word other than collapsed. It's already begun. The goddamn dreaded Mountain Dew bottle filled with anything but. But let's get started here.
What are you drinking? What is in that one today?
Crown Roussel, or Crown Roux, as some like to call it.
Do you like pride yourself in drinking absolute dog shit vodka?
I wouldn't say I pride myself in it. I'd say I have a problem and it's really, really affordable.
Like, can't you just get like a nicer bottle like once in the blue moon?
Like a bottle to put it in.
No, like another
Are you,
brand.
are you telling me my plastic Mountain Dew bottle without any of the tags on it isn't legal enough for you?
No, that's fine. Like you can drink out of that, but like I don't
You're
know. I'm
damn right I
thinking
can.
just something other than just
No.
like foreign vodkas that you find at like a really shady liquor store.
Well, at what point did they stop becoming foreign? Because
Like okay,
I
so
know like all the warning labels and the lettering in the font, like it's the back of my own hand at this point.
just like a regular vodka, just
So, all right, what's a regular vodka to you?
something
Like
other than
Smirnoff?
what comes in plastic bottles.
Yeah, well, I got news for you. The last bottle I bought rolled out of my car door. You know I didn't smash because it was made of fucking plastic.
My
Why did
God.
it roll out of your
Yeah,
car?
that. What was the one you gave me for my graduation gift? It was
The nice one?
is it called Delicious something?
It might have been just delicious.
Delicious vodka. That was in glass.
Yes.
I also got in trouble for drinking that openly in a bar.
Yes, you attempted to open a bottle of vodka I gave you as a gift
I
at
successfully opened it and started drinking.
at a bar.
Mhm.
And the
And
bartender
they looked at me for a second, then I was like, "Oh fuck, that's
the
right."
bartender came right up to you. He was like, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing?"
I was like, "What the fuck are you doing, buddy? Get back behind the bar. This is my party." And I got kicked out of my own party.
Yep. Okay, let's
Anyway,
just jump into your news.
all right, I'm jump into the minute movie news here
You
as
you,
it
First
relates
time
to
beat.
what we're talking about.
you
All
have
right.
to character.
Nope, I'm ready.
Okay.
Welcome to Minute Movie News. Have you ever had fantasies about going down on the missus while her menstrual cycle is also a going down? Well, we've got a film for you. Have you ever dreamt about slurping up one of your best pal's spunk-infested bathwater for no charge whatsoever? We've certainly got a film for you. And lastly, have you ever been such a good friend that you literally make love to the dirt that your best buddy was just buried beneath while screaming at a feverish pitch? For the boys! Well, goddammit, we've got a motherfucking film for you. Watch Emerald Fennel's Saltburn on Amazon now. You horny son of a bitch. Thank you for listening to Minute Movie News. All right. What do you
Okay.
want to talk about first?
Godzilla. No, I'm just
That motherfucker's got the biggest feet and the biggest caboose I've ever seen on a lizard.
no, let's talk Saltburn.
Let's talk Saltburn.
Dean, you really wanted to come on the show to talk Saltburn.
For many reasons.
Many reasons.
And now after watching it, I really do wish I could take one of those Men in Black memory erasers and then just you and I watch it for the first time. I
Yes.
think that would be a hell of a time. I'd
I
also like to
Yeah.
watch this with my family.
do have
Oh
one.
my god, imagine watching that with Scott.
He would have to be completely fucking drop dead wasted. He would walk out of the room for sure. He wouldn't know what to say. There's no
What?
amount of small talk. We couldn't talk about enough gourds or peppers to like get over the licking and slurping up of Jacob Elordi's bathwater.
I can picture when that scene's going on, him looking over you and go, "Easy, Zach, easy."
He was looking right. He knew exactly what he was doing. Okay,
That's exactly what
Barry.
my dad would do to me.
Barry's also got a goddamn hog on him too. Good for him.
Have you ever had those moments where like you would watch a movie and like your parents or your grandmother was in the room and it was just a regular just like kissing scene and you were always just like trying to fast forward it and shit?
Yeah,
Yeah, just,
I
or just
couldn't be in
pretend
it.
you weren't watching.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
like there was like a sex scene in a movie where it wasn't
Oh my
really
god.
anything bad and you were with your family and you knew it was coming and you're like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. You get up and leave specifically during that scene.
Go to the bathroom
Yeah,
and
I just had to call
rub
my
one
phone.
out. I
What
couldn't
would you
watch.
do? You would have to just step out for the entirety of this movie.
You remember the iCarly scene where Sam and Freddie kiss?
For the very
I
first
couldn't be in the same room as my parents for that scene.
Yeah.
I was like, text me what happens on my brick track phone,
Yeah. Text me on my
on my Nokia.
my iPod Touch WhatsApp or Text Now app.
I think I had like 1 gigabyte on my iPod Touch.
1051.
I wasn't allowed to buy music, so I would film videos of like Green Day music videos and then keep them in my photo section. I had
Is that how
3
you,
songs
is that
that
how
just
you
took up
listen
all
to
my storage.
music? You listen to music like through photos you've taken?
Yeah, through videos. And I didn't need Wi-Fi. I had a 3-song playlist. It was Holiday, Boulevard of Broken Dreams, and Basket Case. But I could shuffle it.
How old were you? Was this last week?
Probably like 11, 10 or 11.
This wasn't last week.
No, but I do still have that iPod. It's in my parents' garage still. Doesn't work, but it's
Find a
still
way to
on
you should
top
find
of
a
one
way
of
to
the shelves.
charge it. Was that one of the iPods that had the fat chargers you had to put on the bottom of it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
one of the
yeah.
really thick ones.
Yeah.
Those
I
are the
also had the
nanos.
shuffle. I had the shuffle and the touch at the same time. I thought I was the richest kid in school.
You had the shuffle, like the one you clip on your shirt.
Yeah, I clipped that one on my shirt, and then I would also have the iPod Touch.
Doesn't even have a touch screen. Doesn't have a
Did you have the nano?
No, I never had the Nano.
Yeah, I had the Nano.
What's the Nano?
It's like a half as a screen, and then it's like the dial button on the bottom.
What was the shuffle the
Okay,
one
I
where it
remember
was
that.
just the button part?
The shuffle was like, yeah, it was just there's no like screen.
It was just the button. And then what was the
Yes,
one where it was just the screen?
that's
That was
that's
iPod Touch.
that's the iPod Touch.
No, no, no.
That's the one that I
It
had.
wasn't the one that looked
I
like a
got.
phone. It looked like the shuffle, but you could swipe.
Uh, it wasn't
This is
Nano.
way too advanced for me.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was like it looked like what the Apple Watch is now.
I have no
You
idea.
wore it on your wrist?
No, 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 no. You can,
It was just a really small screen.
yeah.
I
Oh,
thought that was
imagine
the
watching
Nano.
fucking. Imagine like watching
That's a
hot
Nano.
girl kissing
That
videos
didn't
on that
have the
thing.
that didn't have the buttons.
Didn't
I
have a
don't know.
touch screen.
It had a touchscreen, but it didn't have the little button part.
Yeah.
All right,
I don't know.
gentlemen. I think we're getting a little bit sidetracked.
We are.
A
I'm
little
gonna
bit.
drag us back into the field of play here before Dean falls asleep.
To wake him up.
Look at those fucking eyes, dude.
What? It's just the angle.
No, you're hitting that Prometheus strand right now. I can tell.
No, I'm not.
I have a fun little tidbit.
Okay.
A fun
Did
little
somebody leave the back door open? Because I got home and the back door was open. There's nobody downstairs.
No, really. I didn't mean when I was taking the recycling out.
Hmm. Well, you successfully got the recycling out, so I
I
applaud you for
did.
that. But it was also 61 degrees downstairs when I walked in.
I'm saving his money. Free air
While the
conditioning
heat is belting and it's
in
still cold in here.
January.
Yeah, we're saving money. All right. Anyway,
Anyway, so I have
what Dean? Since you
I
wanted
have
to come
fun-
on here and talk about Saltburn so bad, I'll let you talk. What's the first thing you want to talk about?
Um, well, since I'm not the movie expert, I figured I would come and ask you guys.
Oh yeah, we can have a
Um,
casual conversation, and then we can break it down in a philosophical manner. I'm ready.
Hmm?
we
I
can
have
speak like
been
real douchebags in
nonstop
our-
thinking about this movie since I watched it last night.
with a
oh my
boner.
god.
Oh, dude, I watched it twice. I
Did
watched
you
it twice
Don't.
last night. I
Oh my
watched it the
god.
watch
first
this?
time,
Did you watch it back?
and then I watched it again to see if if I could pick up on all the hints,
Yeah.
because
I-
the ending, like when you watch Fight Club for a second time, you're trying to find all the hints
Oh yeah.
after the twist.
Mm.
Or, yeah, it's like that. I was
Right.
enamored, dude. I
Before
love this movie.
Dean answers his
You
thing,
keep cutting him off though.
I do have a fun fact about this movie that I think you would really enjoy. The fucking the
Is it a
grave.
phallic fact?
The fucking the grave was improvised on the spot.
Yes, it was a phallic fact.
Yeah.
I think
My
the original script was him supposed to just lay there shirtless and scream, but then he he shoveled out like a butthole into the dirt, pulled his cock out, and fucked it.
Right.
There.
But
There
well,
is
I
a
was thinking
theory.
like what if they didn't like that and he did that? Like would they have to say like, dude, what the fuck was that? And just like delete that right now.
Okay, well, I think that he
Why
went
would
to
you
them
do that?
beforehand. He went to them beforehand. He said, "What if I do this?" Because they had removed like everyone that they could for the scene. There were 3 crewmates during that scene for the filming process. So I'm pretty sure that he went up to them and said, "Hey, what if I do this?"
It had to have
I feel
been.
like Ali would do something like this in this moment. So they
It would have
removed
to have
crew
been.
members.
It would
I
have
don't
been.
think he just started doing that because that's a
So it,
fucking
so
case
it
right there. I
definitely had
think.
to. It was the DP. It was the boom guy, and it was the director, right?
Oh, I'd have loved to be the boom guy there.
Well, can you imagine
Right. I
like
want
as he was doing it, the
more
director,
humping Barry. I want to
like
hear that dirt shuffling around.
I would assume maybe an executive producer was there as well, just for the
I don't know
fact,
why an executive producer would need to be there for that.
or a producer, like somebody. There was an extra person.
I
It was,
think
it was
I
the
think you
three.
got
It
the
was the
camera operator,
camera, director, and
maybe a
sound.
boom guy, and definitely the director.
I would assume there had to be one more, just for the fact.
What fucking executive
I'll
producer
show you.
showing
I
up
will
who's
tell you.
not named Harvey Weinstein
I will
for
tell you
that scene?
why. Because it's in the movie. So that guy had to have been like, "What the fuck is happening?" Where the director had been like, "Hey, let him cook,"
Well, they probably
and that's why.
possibly they filmed multiple takes. So there's a take of him just lying there, and then they sent it on over. They're like, "Hey,
What if he
Can we
fucked?
get away with this? And they're like, do you showed us this with the bath scene. The vampire just ate out this girl's munch, and now you're asking this. How are we going to maintain an R rating here? NC-17 is a coming.
Yeah. Just
Which
like
I would argue this is more of an NC-17 movie than Blonde is, but we can argue that a different time.
yeah.
Would you agree with that? Would you say this has more NC-17 stuff in it than a movie like Blonde? I think that'd be a fun discussion.
No, I
Maybe
still haven't watched Blonde.
maybe yes, because you actually see penis a lot.
Yeah, but you see penis in a bunch of movies, like Bronson with Tom Hardy, bunch of Tom Hardy penis.
True.
Eastern Promises, you see a
Very-
bunch of Viggo Mortensen penis.
Very hooded penis.
Penis is different. I guess penis is different than vagina in film.
Sorry. So what makes it the NC-17 rating? The fucking period blood on the mouth like the Joker?
Oh, I love that. I love that frame so much. That's my favorite. I want to get like a movie poster of that. It almost seems like that could be like an origin story for the Joker, but the Joker's just instead of like a murderer, he's just a sick sex freak.
I can make that for you. I can make that poster for you, and I'll put the caption of like I'm a vampire.
Yeah. What does he say after he does it? Like, luckily I'm a vampire or something
Yeah.
like that, right?
Yeah.
Which, first of all, I thought that line just went hard as hell. I was like, I gotta use that at some point. Like, if my girl, God forbid, I ever get a girl, if my girl's ever on her period, I'm gonna use that.
Luckily,
And
I'm
she's gonna smack me in the face with a frying pan, and I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna be in my room playing PlayStation.
yeah. You're gonna look like
I'm gonna go to bed now.
All right, look, I gotta go overcommit defensively and chill 24 and give up a bad 2v1
Yeah.
goal.
And then
Yeah.
get angry and go
But
to bed.
you got to admit that line, like the "Luckily I'm a vampire," that goes kind of hard. I
Yeah.
love that line.
Yeah,
I was like, Barry, you dog.
he
Oliver,
is
quick
disgusting.
in the head, quick and sick in the head.
What a British name that is, though.
so
Oliver
Oliver
Quick,
Quick.
my
playing goalie for the New York Rangers right now.
my notes of this movie just say what a wild trip.
Oh, I loved it.
Well, people are complaining, like British people are complaining that the accent.
Oh, I'm
he
sure
has
British
doesn't
people are
match the
complaining.
region he's from.
Hmm.
There's like a whole controversy over that.
Controversy
His
about
accent.
And
His
that
accent
not
what? Oh,
being
fuck off.
his
isn't
view.
like the correct British accent or something.
It's like
Yeah, well,
some-
British people are
cares-
very posh.
Who cares about the accent?
not the
Who
correct,
cares
like,
about the accent when he's eating some girl's munch on her period? I don't think the
Should be like
accent.
the last to be
Which?
worried.
The accent's not the
think-
important part of that movie.
no one in this movie has their like natural accent.
Yeah.
You know what? I have a different accent every other week that I like to use
Yeah.
at work and when I get bored. So
All right. I did come into this with one question. I have to ask: do you think Jacob Elordi was good in that movie? Like, would you say he was good?
yes.
Okay.
Why?
I
Do you
don't
think
know.
do you think he's bad?
I think his character is just so, like,
Fuck.
I don't know how to put it.
He's just how
Fuck.
many
Yeah,
times do you
he's
need
like-
to
he's-
see him
Yeah,
whacking
he's
it
like
in the
so
back?
theatrical and I don't know.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
did you see Rosamund Pike and Richard Grant's performances? I mean, they're just chewing up the fucking scenery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, so then
It's a I mean, it's a very British movie,
I'll piggyback off
very
Dean's question.
English movie.
Do you think Jacob Elordi being hot is a distraction for his shitty acting?
I didn't think he had. I thought he was very
Yeah.
good in this.
For some reason, it felt like he was. To me, it looked like he was too cool to act.
I felt
No,
like
he.
If that
felt
makes
like-
any
I thought
sense.
he did a really good job.
it seemed like he was edging himself the
I've
entire
never.
movie. Like
Well, I mean,
I've
yeah.
never seen that.
every time he was on screen, it looked like he was like in the process of edging.
Yeah, it
Would you
looks like
say
he,
that it was
yeah, that was, it
believable
always looked
edging?
like he was about to come.
Well, he was. I mean,
I don't know why.
half the movie he is about to come.
Well, dude, he shows up.
Yeah.
He shows up. This first line, Barry shows up on the bike, and he's just like, "Oh, I got a flat tire." fuck.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah. Oh. And then looked at him like,
Yeah. Uh,
Well, maybe
so dumb.
not explicitly said, but maybe the character Felix is maybe a bit sexually confused. He
I
kind of
mean,
struck me as
yeah.
he struck me as bisexual in this movie. Because it looked like times that
I think
he definitely
everybody
wanted
was
Oliver.
bisexual. This was such a movie for.
Yeah.
It felt like this was for like this was like targeted towards people who are just willing, like I don't, who will just fuck anybody. Like it's very,
Yeah.
I guess bisexual would be a way, or whatever the other alphabet letter is in that acronym. But it's like,
Careful.
but it's
Yeah.
they were just fucking everybody. Surprised he didn't
I
fuck.
know.
Like Oliver didn't fuck like Richard Grant.
I know. He did. He did want to fuck everybody.
He was fucking.
I mean, if there was an angle there, I think he definitely would have tried.
Yeah.
I thought at one point he was gonna fuck Rosamund Pike.
Yeah, I did think that was gonna
I
happen.
mean, maybe he did. Remember, she invited
Yeah.
him back to Saltburn all those years later,
Yeah.
He
and
fucked
she
the
signed
absolute.
over all the wealth, the house, the land, everything.
He fucked the
Yeah.
life.
Who's to say he wasn't using that berry hog? And he does have a hog.
That's very large.
My
That
God.
line in the movie when like they were laying in the
Yeah.
field, he was just like, nice. He was just like,
Yeah.
good for you.
Good for you indeed.
Yeah.
Good for you, Oliver. I hope it's not quick.
I remember taking a shit. Like I was so disgusted, not so disgusted, but I just felt dirty after watching the movie. I went and instantly took a shower, and I was like standing in my shower, and I was just like, I turned the
Mhm.
water off. I was done, and I was like, I don't think I'd be able to do. And I was completely naked in the shower. I was like, I don't think I'd be able to do this with a full film crew behind me,
Listen, that's
Oh my
what
god.
that's
let
why
alone dance.
building chemistry with your crew and fellow actors is so important. Like,
Well,
can you
maybe with
imagine
fellow actors, you can
like could
cheat
you
it.
imagine like an asshole like Stanley Kubrick directing a movie like this?
Explain.
Well, Kubrick was an
Look,
asshole,
yeah,
right?
but
Like
you
the
don't-
things he would force you to do on the set like this.
yeah, okay. Explain your thought. Like draw this out. Like cook a
I
little.
don't want to get arrested.
Oh
Stanley Kubrick was
no. Well, like what would you say? Like what? Give you like an example of what you could see. Like what do you think it would be like?
if
Like
Stanley
make you
Kubrick was the director,
make you walk around set naked for a couple days. To try to,
probably. Yeah,
okay.
he'd make you walk around like with a boner. Dom,
Would
you're
you have
also
to get?
frozen, by the way.
Am I?
Herman Boner.
Yeah,
Would you have,
during
would
like
you
a
have to
sex
get
scene,
the
he'd
boner?
probably like fire off a gun like backstage, off camera.
And say
And
get off.
watch. I've been watching too many fucking Broadway plays. You're still frozen, dude.
Am I?
Yeah.
I think it's on you, dude. None of you guys are frozen.
You're not frozen for me.
Okay, you're back now.
I've just been drinking wine.
Thanks a lot, Zoom. It's the wine.
Off the Josh.
No, it's not
I'm
Josh.
off the Drake, dude.
It's not Josh. I hear
I'm
so
feeling right spherical, mate.
I hear so much about this Josh wine. I feel like I gotta try it.
I just got it from my friend for Christmas.
Really? Yeah, it's been blowing up recently. I keep seeing commercials about it.
What did you?
So your question
What
was
did you
like,
say, Dean? You said I might say some crazy shit off the Josh.
Yeah, well, like the new meme is like, it's like my perfect night is like a Xanax, a bottle of Josh, and like a pepperoni Lunchable.
and you just don't wake up.
Yeah.
That sounds like a hell of a night. Honestly, I could see it.
Fuck yeah!
Just going peacefully in my sleep
I'm gonna drink this whole bottle.
while also like choking on my own vomit like Jane from Breaking Bad. I can see
Anyway,
myself.
Anyway,
all right, but we can get back to Saltburn.
yeah, let's get back to
Let's
this.
do it.
All right, do you want me to just say my thoughts about it, or do you just
Yeah,
wanna-
you say whatever you want to say about the movie, and then we'll offer our thoughts about it as
And
well.
Just kind of riff off of your thoughts.
Okay.
I love riffing.
Well, I watched it 1.5 times. This is the first time I walked in on Reagan watching it. So I watched the last half of the movie, and then and then I watched it from the beginning and watched the whole thing.
When you say you walked in watching it, what does that mean?
I
Like,
came
was it
up
during the bath scene?
Actually, yes, it was during the best scene.
You're like, I'll leave you
When he
to
was
it.
jerking off, right?
Came like
I mean, have you?
got down on all fours and started licking up.
Oh yeah.
Really
So
sexualized.
that's
it.
a lucky drain pipe.
Is this part of the Reagan? I gotta ask your opinion on this.
Yeah.
Is this part of the male neck that attractive of a
No.
to be
No.
sexualized in this movie?
No.
Because
but
on
if
Jacob
you're a guy
Elordi, oh my
attracted to another
god.
guy,
Oh
maybe it
my
could be.
god, Jacob Elordi's neck made
Oh.
me feel some kind of way.
It's the Aussies. It's like the
Well, you guys
surfing
knew
muscles.
the director grew up rich too. Like her house, her birthday
Yeah,
party was
she went.
sponsored some
Emerald
mag-
Emerald Fennell went to Oxford.
yeah, or something like that. But she like grew up rich.
Do you think Saltburn
Yeah.
is just a reflection of her life?
Part of it, yeah. But I mean, I don't think she like.
All the cocaine and
I don't think she pulled like a parasite level heist and murdered an entire family and inherited their
No.
wealth and land and house. That's what I would. I mean, this is like the movie I would compare this to.
I don't think you can.
Keeps coming to mind. Like this really reminds me of Parasite if it was English.
I
It
guess.
reminds me of Parasite.
Parasites, about eating the rich, and Saltburn is more about celebrating becoming rich.
Well, I mean, from a middle class family to a generational wealthy family.
I guess
Well,
if
yeah,
you
he
just-
wanted to live the lavish life they did.
if you just use that part of the movie, I guess like his scheme part of the movie, I guess they're very similar. But I think if you just want to compare this movie to another movie, I don't think you can.
Well, I mean, yeah, Parasite, you know the entire time what their plan is. Here, it's not revealed until the very end. So maybe a little mixture of, I don't know, Parasite and Fight Club, maybe, even though they're not anything alike. But I mean, plot wise, like beat by beat, you could probably see what I'm trying to say. You have the
Yeah.
big reveal towards
Yeah.
the end, and you have this unconventional heist movie involving moving into a wealthier situation, even though he comes from a middle class family. He's just an absolute psychopath.
Yeah, like how they went to his house and like everything was just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. The real
Dude, what
the
the
first
fuck?
actual hiccup in his
That's
I know.
exactly that. I think I said that like as Jacob Elordi when she was just like, "Oh, Ollie, your dad's in the garden." I think I was like, "What the fuck?"
Well, they were in the car driving, and he's like, you see all these, nice, there's nice neighborhoods around. I was like, oh, he's been lying about this whole thing, hasn't he?
What you said.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
that's why he doesn't want him to go back, because the dude is just a serial liar.
Yeah.
Who likes
don't know.
guys
All
like
right.
girls? Apparently.
All right, sorry, we kind of derailed you again there. Go on
Uh,
though.
Well, I thought it was impressive that they made 3 people that they never introduced as gay, but they somehow made like the 3 gayest people they could possibly make.
I think you just
Like,
came up with
like
the
none of them
gayest
came out
bar
like
of all
like
time.
none of them came out as gay.
Yeah.
But
Well, I think.
but you know so clearly that they all are.
Yes,
I'm not sure they all are.
I thought
Mhm.
like
I don't think
in the beginning-
Oliver is. I think Oliver is just in it for himself. He's an expert at like sexual manipulation.
I mean, you
He'll
got
fuck
that one
whoever he
guy.
needs to get what he wants.
So Zach's gonna be real about this. I'm gonna make a joke. We're
Yeah,
not
go
really-
ahead. I'll make plenty of jokes.
Not really a joke, but
Yeah, I
like,
think Farley is like clearly gay.
yeah. Okay,
Mhm.
so that's
Yeah,
what I was
he
gonna
has
say.
to be.
Farley is the gayest.
Farley.
Farley is the
Farley
gayest,
Smart. You combine
and like
Oliver Quick with Farley Smart. What do you get? You get
you
Quick
get the
Smart.
kid. No, so if you just take
No,
Farley,
Start. His name is Start. Quick Start.
if you
That's
take,
when it all.
take Farley out of Saltburn. So do you think? Okay, one. Do you think Farley being kicked out of Saltburn? Do Do you think that's what sparked his interest to being the Gran Turismo racer?
Oh,
Oh,
is
yeah,
he
I
in that? Was
forgot
he in that
that's
movie
the same
too?
guy.
Yeah, he's the main actor in Gran
Isn't he
Turismo.
like 6'7" too? There's a
Yeah.
lot of tall motherfuckers in this movie.
No, but
Yeah,
what I was
really.
going to say was it
Except for
confused. I don't know if
Barry
it's just
Keoghan.
me being very confused,
As a lot of people are in this movie.
but
A
Farley.
lot of sexual
I
confusion.
thought Farley was gay the entire time until I saw him
As
fuck
did I.
that girl. And then I was like, okay, so maybe he's just not gay. And then he came very fast when Barry beat him off in bed.
Wait, which girl was
Yeah, in
Farley
like
fucking?
15 seconds.
Which girl was Farley hooking up with?
Remember, it was during like the party scene. He like grabbed some girl and he just like started making out with her, and then like they walked away together, implying like they were gonna go have sex because everybody was having sex. And then
Did he
like
smack her on the ass?
no, they were making out, and then they just like he grabbed her hand and like they walked away.
I'm thinking of a different scene, different horny ass scene.
And
I don't know.
20
Man, maybe he's confused.
and
A lot of
20
confused
20
people in this
minutes
movie.
later, he was coming in under 15 seconds.
I mean, clearly Ollie knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I want what he has, but I can never obtain it without like
I
surgery.
thought you were something else.
Mac, you're very
Oh,
close to
he's
becoming another Oliver Twist.
I thought you were
honestly
saying something else.
Barry Keoghan, and there's like 17 different ways to pronounce his last name. I think it's Keoghan.
Keegan.
Yeah.
The way it's supposed to be pronounced is like Keonan or something. That's the Irish pronunciation, but everyone says Keoghan, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that. He's got clearly we've all seen a massive fucking hog, as well as these just dreamy blue,
It's not a prosthetic either.
if not somewhat autistic eyes.
Yes. And I
But
think
He's just got
But he dresses
he's
like
got
Ellen
kind of a
DeGeneres.
Cillian Murphy kind of thing going on. Just striking blue eyes.
does dress like Ellen DeGeneres.
Yes.
But I think
Golden Globes Barry Keoghan is Ellen DeGeneres.
so. He's
Yes.
at the,
Or Megan Rapinoe.
No, Barry Keoghan is way hotter than Ellen DeGeneres
no. Okay, so he
and
looks
Megan Rapinoe.
like Megan Rapinoe, but he's
I
got,
can confidently say I am more attracted to Barry Keoghan than I am Megan Rapinoe or Ellen DeGeneres, and it's not particularly close.
okay. Zach, do you think Carrie Condren really missed out by not having sex with Dominic
What?
in the Banshees of Inisherin?
Oh, we're going from
Well, because of
an incredibly British movie to an incredibly Irish movie. I didn't have. Okay, so yeah, Carrie Condon and Barry Keoghan.
So we talked about Barry Keoghan really in Saltburn.
The
really,
short answer is absolutely.
so because he really knows what he's doing in Saltburn, and he gets absolutely shut down to death, literally, in Banshees of Inisherin.
Well, I think that just goes to
He
show
kills
just
himself, right?
how phenomenal of an
Because
actor
Carrie
Barry
Condon took him
is.
down.
Hmm.
Because he said,
I mean, had she seen
ever-
what was going on under the hood, I think she may have definitely thought differently.
what was his line? He goes, "Do you think you'd ever be with?"
I think,
be with
yeah, yeah. It was
She said no, and he goes, "Yeah,
you would never want to get with a boy like me, would you?
yeah." And she said,
No, love, I don't think so. No, I
and he
didn't
goes,
think so.
he goes, "Yeah, no,
There
yeah,
goes that dream.
yeah, there goes that." And then he
I
killed
love
him.
Barry Keoghan so much,
Yeah.
and I'm so fucking disappointed that he
Yeah.
had to drop out of Gladiator 2.
Well, he played
Mhm.
a very emo-like kid in the Eternals. He's very
Oh.
sad.
Well, I mean, I'll take your word for it because I certainly ain't gonna ever fucking watch it.
He played like his
I saw it.
Druid. He was like
Fell
Do you
asleep
feel you
during
wasted
it.
your time?
he was
Yeah, I fell
like,
asleep during it.
he had like the power of like,
So bored.
Legend.
He was like the Eternal who had like the power of manipulation, and he was like very he was just like his outfit was like a long cloak, almost like a dress. It was very dark and mysterious.
Was
And he
it like a
played
dress or was it like a kilt?
it was like a dress.
A cape.
Very
I
nice,
have
man.
I have the figure of it. Do you want to see?
Yeah. Dan, I think we may have to have a serious conversation about your tendency to fall asleep during movies now.
Well,
got
that
Nicolas Cage
Napoleon.
movie.
well that
You got
one was
this.
that one was I wanted to fall asleep.
Right.
Well, I don't blame you for Eternals, but
Here he is.
Fall asleep in English. My English wasn't that good.
It's like a skirt or like a dress, but it's very very accurate to his face.
Mm.
that is haunting.
Anyway,
Mm.
he's a very dark and mysterious character.
He always looks like he got punched in the nose.
Barry Keoghan does have a very thick nose, especially the point is very thick. It's an interesting looking nose. It's one I think about a lot, especially after I go to sleep.
Like the kind of nose you think you would see on Santa Claus. Like all cherry red.
That's
I
the
think that's the Irish in him.
that's the
Yeah.
Ellen DeGeneres.
You don't think you'd ever get with a boy like me, would you?
No, yeah, no, yeah.
No, I don't think so, love. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I didn't think so.
Why is it such a good impression?
Because I love that movie so much.
Yeah, well, there goes that dream.
Where did I go with that dream? And then they find him head face down in the pond, the lake.
Just
God
dead.
damn it. My boy deserves so much better. He went from getting molested by his father to molesting very, very rich people in Saltburn.
Funny, have you seen the pictures of him and Elordi at the Golden Globes or whatever?
Oh,
And
they love each other.
he was attached to his hip like a keychain.
And I would imagine anyone who has ever interacted with Barry Keoghan would do that. He just seems like such a lovable guy. Like I'd love to,
Got a whole lot of love to give.
yeah, if I had any fucking talent in my bones whatsoever, I'd love to act alongside Barry Keoghan. I keep saying his name like I think I know that's how it's pronounced. I have no fucking idea.
I feel
I'm
like
just
you're
gonna say
trying to say
because I'm a
I feel like you're-
stupid American
I
fuck.
feel like you're trying to say his name with an Irish accent, but keep it American.
Should I just go full Irish then? Barry Keoghan. Barry
Yeah.
Keoghan.
Yeah.
Barry Keoghan, son of a bitch. And Bonnie, all thought of later.
So that's Saltburn.
No, that's well, that's
No,
that's
that
some
is-
Saltburn. That's
that
certainly
is-
not all Saltburn.
That is not Saltburn.
I haven't even
You know,
fucking
Saltburn's supposed
scratched
to
the
have like
surface.
a lot of Greek mythology involved in it.
No,
With
there's
the
just a lot of
Minotaur
cum.
scene.
Talk about
There's
like
a lot of-
minotaurs and such.
No, this
Yeah.
Saltburn, this Saltburn was just cum.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff. I love movies like this. There's a lot of hidden stuff, kind of like
little 13 Reasons Why. Came.
Hereditary from Ari Aster. Like there's a lot of like visual metaphors and themes and stuff.
Yeah,
Even like some of the score, the
Yeah.
songs they chose,
13 Reasons Why
like,
callback.
they fit. Even if the songs are like they turned into TikTok songs after this movie came out, which kind of sucks, but is what it is. I can't stop TikTok culture.
No, you
But
can't.
anyway, I've derailed it again.
Might as
Dean,
well
what's the Dean? Give us another topic.
All right, let me think what else from the movie. What?
Doppelganger scene. Percy B. Shelley.
Yeah, okay.
Talking about the window scene where somebody looked a lot
Yes.
like Jacob Elordi walked by the window.
Yes, it's an omen for death.
Hmm.
Is that what it is?
Or
Could be.
talking.
Is it an omen for death?
Well, yeah, that's what they're saying. The whole reason they're talking about the story is that they saw Percy B. Shelley's doppelganger, but then he like dies later that night. He drowns in the lake. This is the lady who writes Frankenstein's husband, like the poet.
Percy Shelley.
And
wrote
then like because
Ozymandias.
they saw his doppelganger, he died. So it's like an omen for death. So you see Felix's doppelganger hinting at his death later in the movie.
Interesting.
I might need to watch
There
it.
you go.
A lot of lore.
There's like
Well,
so
if you've
many
only watched it
clues.
once, I think it's a two-watch movie.
It might be a 3
Yeah.
watch. I might need to
I
study.
mean, I do want to watch it again with Dean, perhaps high. I think that would be fucking
Yeah,
amazing.
that would be very funny to watch.
I think.
Yeah.
Reagan, did you pick all this up on the first watch?
Wait, did he say Reagan?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, the
So-
problem is I'm reading a book that's almost exactly like it.
Okay, maybe I need to watch it the second time for the reasons Zach did of try to pick up because I know the twist and see if I could spot the things. Because after the twist happens, you usually can spot the moments of the
Yeah,
twist.
or like the
the
friend that was at the house, but when Oliver arrives, later on they're like, oh yeah, we're going
Oh,
to
the
her
whore?
funeral or something. She
The whore?
dies.
Wait, that whore that
Carey
like
Mulligan's character.
No, the
Yeah,
other lady that was initially there, and then she was like, "Oh, I could probably stay for a little bit
Yeah,
longer."
yeah.
And
Yeah,
they're like,
that's Carey Mulligan's character.
"Oh, gotcha."
I thought you meant the whore in the dorm.
No. Yeah, the friend of the mom,
Yeah.
and then
Oh,
like she leaves, and then they later talk about how she like died,
yeah.
basically implying that her like boyfriend got her, the mobster boyfriend, whatever his name was.
I need to watch this again to pick up
It's
the
crazy.
lore, pick up the twist parts during the movie, and then I think I need to watch it a third time and study all the lore to see all those extra
There's
little
so much
details.
lore.
Because a lot of this movie on my first watch was just like, this is very gay.
Yeah.
Well, I,
I was just laughing at Jacob
a great
Elordi's
time with
like
the first
talking
watch.
the entire time.
Yeah, I couldn't get over just how much of like this just felt like an acid trip.
it is an acid trip, but it's one of those acid trips that you could look into and be like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." There's a lot of stuff
Did you
going on
guys
with
ever read like a
animals,
separate piece in like high
specifically
school?
like
I remember
Yeah,
a
we got a
separate
separate piece.
a separate
Yeah, it
piece.
reminded me of that,
Yeah, kind
like
of.
just the gay hatred.
Yeah, it's like oddly sexual, but
Yeah,
like they're just boys.
There's
yeah,
dudes like
everybody's a little bit confused at that age, right?
Yeah.
I didn't pick any of that up in a separate piece. I just picked up as just like
everyone when I was
Well,
in
dude,
school,
everybody thought they were gay.
I didn't.
They were like, "Oh my god,
I
there's
think everybody thought he was trying to get with him until the ending,
yeah," which
right?
is exactly what happens in Saltburn.
You think
Well,
he's
kind of like
trying to
I'm pretty sure
he's
the
trying to
director
end
said
up.
in an interview he just goes crazy because like his plans don't go like he's so obsessed with himself that like when he has to like create this character and then Felix doesn't like it, he's like, "Oh well, screw you then." I don't know. I don't know whether that's fully confirmed or not, but I'm pretty sure she said like that's kind of what happened.
Oh. See,
Yeah,
there's
just-
so much lore I need to go back and study, watch it. Another big takeaway, Zach, I did, and you'll know a lot about. I think you would appreciate this. I love the fact that it was shot in a 4:3 aspect ratio.
The Academy aspect ratio, yes. That's the douchey way of saying it.
Yeah, the Academy aspect
Yeah,
ratio.
the I call it
It was a
the
very artistic touch.
the lighthouse aspect ratio.
Yes, it was very artistically. That aspect ratio was very artistically uh, decided upon.
I love that.
It very well. I do love, and I think isn't Poor Things shot with that as well.
Yeah, it's coming back. The 1:33:1 aspect ratio is
Mhm.
coming back.
Yeah.
Mainly for it's a ratio used to shoot like interiors of houses and faces and stuff, and obviously this falls under that category. But it seems like it's been coming back a lot recently, especially with like art house films and A24 films and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The Witch was this aspect ratio. I think it
Right.
worked well. It works really well for movies like
Don't you
this,
mean
where you're
the
focusing on
Vivitch?
characters' faces and like interior structures of buildings and stuff.
Yeah, because it
Because
keeps it like
because
tight,
the
like you
Mhm.
would see that with, like the seeing eye instead of
yeah,
uh
like it's
on
you're in a box basically, which is very thematically resonant because you have the cat and family box at the end, which he after he kills everybody and he's dancing around naked, which I'm not gonna lie to you. When that scene, about a minute into that scene, I stripped down to my fucking doubloons, and I was skipping around my room, just
Yeah.
bare
The,
ass.
the
Oh
entire
yeah,
time the entire time it was on, I was at my own house, and I was scared my mom was gonna walk in.
like Dane, did you come over here because you didn't want your roommates seeing this?
Like
Well,
I just felt
Yes.
like that would be a scene like everybody's mom would walk in on them.
So I watched it up here, and then my wife got mad at me because she wanted to watch it because her sister was talking about it, and she's like, "Did you see this movie yet?" I said, "I don't
Did
think."
you watch the bath? Did you watch the
She said,
menstruation oral
"Well,
sex scene without me?
her sister, my sister-in-law texted me and said,
You promised.
Have you seen Saltburn?" And I said,
Oh,
"Yes."
you
Just
bastard!
I said, "Just prepare yourself." And she said, "Oh God, okay." And then like an hour later, my wife was like, "Hey, have you seen Saltburn yet?" My sister was asking, "I want to see it. I want to watch it with you." And I said, "I don't think you want to watch it with me."
Yeah, there's a difference between wanting to watch Godzilla Minus One and Saltburn. We'll watch Godzilla Minus One for sure. We'll figure out some time to watch that, but we are not watching Saltburn together.
No, I think you
Not
should
a
watch.
goddamn chance.
I think if you're gonna watch Saltburn, you should watch it alone.
I disagree. I think you should watch it with your family, unassuming, and thinking it's a fun, um,
Oh, I forced my little
English
sister to watch it.
holiday movie. It's a fun holiday Christmas film.
Put it on Christmas Eve.
Hmm
with the entire family plus extended.
Oh my god, dude! I would pay so much money to
Right
like
after
watch
dinner.
my grandma's reaction of this movie. I would
Oh
love
my
to see-
goodness.
She probably wouldn't be paying
Oh my-
attention. She'd probably be
I mean-
asking for a tour of his room.
Yeah,
Oh
bro.
my,
Here's what-
oh
oh
my
yeah, a
days.
tour of my room while the Eagles are on the defense at the 6-yard line against the
That's my
Cowboys.
favorite
Back when I
story.
still had fucking hope. That season's gone to
Reading you a
shit.
poem
Whatever.
that she
Uh,
wrote.
Oh,
Here's what
yeah.
I would do. I would willingly watch 5 Hallmark movies with my grandma. If afterwards we could watch Alien Covenant and Saltburn back to back.
Which one's
Just
Alien?
for the
Wait,
pure
which one-
like
Wait, hold on. Which one's
of-
Covenant?
Covenant's the one with the backburster. Alien
Oh,
Covenant? The
yeah, sort of.
backburster.
Yeah,
The dude with the flute.
Yeah, the flute.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't
David and Walter scene. One of my
Predator
favorite
broke-
scenes of the
Predator
2010s.
burst out the back, right? Dean?
Oh,
Didn't the
god
Predator
damn it.
burst out the
He
back?
got me again.
Oh yeah, the Predator.
I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
know
yeah.
what the fuck Covenant was.
We got him again. We got him again.
Oh
Shit.
yeah.
He gets so
Well, now
mad
that I
every
got
time.
you
He gets
here.
so mad every time.
Well, now they got you here. He denies it every time. We went to go see Covenant in theaters. He denies having joined.
I was
the-
not. No, I was not
Yes,
as
you
bad
were.
as I was not as bad as
No.
the others.
Not as bad, but you
Not even
definitely-
close.
No, you were definitely involved. You
I was
definitely
watching. I was watching the fucking movie.
You're like, it'd be funny if a predator came out here.
I mean, all right,
Underhanded bullshit.
every once in a while, I snuck in a Predator joke. I'm not gonna lie.
What if
Oh, shit.
Maybe once every like 25 minutes.
That's absurd.
Zach? They should.
That's like 6 predator jokes.
They should allow us at Jawn Street. They should allow Hollywood should allow us to take movies that have already been made, redistribute them, but just throw the Predator in. Like imagine the Predator in Saltburn.
How about you talk to Snowden and you two can do that?
Or we just do like Bollywood.
That'd be really funny. Like firing a slingshot at a
Bollywood Alien
helicopter, then
Covenant?
running away as the PNG of the helicopter blows up. I love that. I love like the Bollywood shit that sometimes comes across my TikTok feed.
I mean, did you
It's the
see
funniest shit
Bollywood-
I've ever
did you
seen.
see Bollywood Forrest Gump?
Yes, I saw they were
Bollywood
talking
Forrest
about Bollywood
Gump,
Forrest
dude.
Gump.
Did you watch it?
I saw some clips from it.
I might. I
I
think
could
it's
see, like-
on Netflix. I might need to watch it.
Yeah, it looks very funny.
Funny you
I-
mentioned
I thought you were
Bollywood
talking
Forrest
about the
Gump because
movie
I
now.
saw a Bollywood
Mhm.
Forrest Gump thing come up on TikTok recently. You know how they have those shittily spliced videos of like a dog struggling to get out of a pool, and then they'll like splice in like 17 crocodiles behind it,
Yes.
even though the crocodiles are like 10 times larger than the dog. And the caption is always like, "Did dogs escape?" Even though there's one dog.
Yeah.
Something like that. I saw a Forrest Gump one of him like running, but they spliced water beneath him. And there's like a great white shark jumping out of the water,
I'm out.
and it jumps behind him, even though it's supposed to be jumping like and getting him in his mouth. And I can't remember the name of the account. It was like something Nepal studios. But he had like 1,500 posts. There were at least 200 that was Forrest Gump related too.
I got a fun.
God damn it. I
one.
wish I remember what it was. It was funny. It was really funny, but
I have some news.
go ahead.
I turned down an opportunity to work with Mark Ruffalo.
Really?
Now, get to like, what do you mean by work with Mark Ruffalo?
Mark Ruffalo is, and you can.
I know who Mark Ruffalo is.
I hope I'm not spoiling this. No, you can go on his IMDb and you can look up his upcoming projects. Mark Ruffalo is shooting a HBO television series in Philly.
Hmm.
And
This isn't related to the Ridley Scott project, is it?
Nope, it's the spinoff from Mayor of Easttown.
Mm.
And
You turned down a chance to direct him?
no, I wasn't directing. I would just
God
be.
damn you.
I'd be a PA on set. I turned it down because filming starts at the time the job I accepted begins, and it would be 12 hours a day from March to August.
Damn.
What would the job be?
A PA on set.
So what is that role?
And
What
this
do they do?
directly.
Production assistant, so anything
Okay.
wise, whether it be camera or sound or location design or whatever.
Like getting Mike Ruffalo's breakfast,
No, I wouldn't be I wouldn't be an
like an
actor.
errand boy.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be an
Okay.
errand boy.
Okay.
I would be on set with Mark Ruffalo, but I unfortunately turned it down.
Damn. He must be heartbroken.
I am very upset because I didn't
Ruffalo is really missing out.
I didn't realize what project it was until after I turned it down.
HBO.
Yeah, I was in contact with a lady with a location scout from HBO who needed just she was put an application out for PAs, and so I applied during my 150 job applications, and I forgot. And then I got a message. It was like, "Oh, we want to send you an email." So they sent me an email, and then I texted them back, and I was like, "Listen, I appreciate this, but I just accepted a new job, and it's going to conflict. It's going to conflict with the time you're shooting. Unfortunately, the timing is just so unfortunate." And she was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Completely understand."
So
But
did they accept it, or was this just like a follow-up thing?
No, I accepted another job.
I know that.
Yes, that is good. I had it was kind of like a Zoom call to be like what I would be doing on this film or this show.
Damn, you turned down a Zoom call with Mark Ruffalo.
No, Mark Ruffalo was not going to be on the Zoom call.
Mm-mm.
That would have been insane, but it wasn't. But I didn't know what the whole premise was. It was just TV show, HBO show being shot in Philly. And I said, "Oh, that sounds cool."
Mayor of Westtown.
And then the email had the name of the show. So then after I said, I'm not going to be able to do it, I was like, as I was painting my grandmother's basement, I was like, I should probably just check out, see what this show is. So I Googled it, and it was like, oh, Mark Ruffalo stars in new lead show. And I was like, fuck me. God damn it.
Man.
So unfortunate. So you guys put a bunch of prayer
So
emojis.
were you accepted as a PA? Would you have been accepted as a PA?
I would
Or
have
was
been
it just a follow-up
No,
email?
I would have been accepted as PA.
Damn.
Well, there will be things down the line.
No, I'm hoping to get
Bigger
back.
than a PA.
Oh, absolutely. I'm hoping to get back in touch and being like, look, if you just need help on if you're shooting on weekends and stuff, absolutely, I'll be there. I don't care about the money at that point because I'll already have a nice job. I was like, I'll just come down and.
You need somebody to give him a quick hand job before maybe relieve tensions a little bit. I'm your guy.
Like, look, I'll just
And
send it.
if you
Barry
mess up his
Kogan showed me.
lines,
I watched Saltburn. Barry
That
Kogan gave me
I was
the
gonna follow
benchmark.
up.
You just
I was gonna follow up an email, and be like, listen, I watched Saltburn, and I know how to calm him down.
trust me.
I can
just need a
service. I
handful
can
of spit.
service him.
Give me
Then
a
it got-
handful of
it made
spit and
me-
piercing blue eyes.
Then it made me really mad, because then my brain obviously started going as I was painting, and I was just thinking of all this shit. What if we could have gotten Mark Ruffalo on the show?
We still
Ye-
could.
Easily, yes.
Oh, easily. I
Let's
could have
get-
walked up to him on set and be like, "Hey, I'm a PA on your set. Oh, nice to meet you." Handshake, talk a little bit, during in between breaks, and just be like, "Listen, I'm gonna
You could probably Saltburn him and take all of his wealth.
So what's the dream? The dream is you give him a handshake and he's like, you got a certain look about you. I think there's a little episode you could direct to this show. I think you got the look for it.
Oh, I thought he was gonna be like, you have a look to you, and I'd be like, yeah, well, my dad died, and I need a place to stay for the summer.
Yeah, we got a spare bedroom.
And then he takes me back.
And he shows up and I'm in the spare bedroom because I got kicked out of here.
He takes me back to his castle, and I eat out his cousin's munch.
Munch.
She has to be on her menstrual cycle though.
hand job his other cousin, get him kicked out of the family, end up killing him, killing the cousin, killing the mom, and having the dad commit
No, the
suicide.
cousins never died.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Farley's not dead.
Farley's racing in Gran Turismo with Orlando Bloom and
Yeah, he's good.
who's the guy from
Felix.
David?
Wait,
David
You
something.
know that
Who's the guy from
they
Stranger
initially wanted Timothy Chalamet to play Oliver,
Yeah, that would have
He-
fucking bizarre.
but Jacob was like, "No, like I don't think that's a good idea."
Like, I want my best friend Barry Keoghan, who's 30.
Basically, I think Jacob was the one who fought for him to be in the movie.
He could not go from that to Wonka.
No, but he already played a gay, so he would have been really good. Him and Army Hammer.
Yeah, people are comparing that movie to Call Me by Your Name.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I agree.
I mean, there's some gay stuff for sure, but like,
They just compared it to the peach scene.
Here's what's also
They're
crazy.
overrating
Jacob
hand
Elordi's like
jobs.
22 years old, and Barry Keoghan's 35.
he's 32.
Damn, is he 35?
He's
Jesus
like
Christ.
32.
I think he's like 30. How old is Barry Keoghan?
32, I believe.
30.
Look it up real quick, confirm it.
31.
31?
Yeah.
When's his
And
birthday?
Jacob Elordi is 26. You want to know Barry Keoghan's birthday is October 18th.
Okay.
Wow.
Damn it, I was a year off. I'm
92.
close.
He does have piercing blue eyes.
What is
He
it about?
does.
What is it about Irish actors?
Is he Irish or Scottish?
Irish?
Irish.
Is he Irish?
So,
Oh yeah.
Okay. Wasn't sure.
Well, do you want a list of Irish actors? I can give you a bunch right now.
Jersey.
I mean, obviously, Killian, Barry, um,
There's a lot
Carrie
more.
Condon Irish. Carrie Condon's Irish, right? Or is she British?
And she might be British.
I don't know. I feel like the name Carrie Condon sounds Irish.
I'll give you a whole bunch right now. There's a lot more than I would have thought.
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell, Killian, Pierce Brosnan, Saoirse Ronan, Brendan Gleeson, Liam Neeson, Liam Cunningham,
Brandon Gleeson, Liam Neeson. They got to be in something together.
Liam Cunningham, R.I.P. Michael Gambon, R.I.P.
Richie Cunningham.
R.I.P. Sir Richard Harris,
My wife Oprah.
Kieran Hines, Fiona Shaw, Domhnall Gleeson, Barry, Sam Neill, Paul Mescal. Those are the other big names.
Okay. Dean, is there anything else like itching at you?
Yes.
Wanna talk about?
No, I'm just want to talk about. I don't know. Talk about individual scenes or whatever.
Talk about it. Let's just talk. Just pop off of your thoughts. Pop
I
off.
feel like we're dancing around a few individual scenes.
I don't know.
Dude, what are you? What strand is this? I have to know.
No, I'm just having two different conversations at once. I'm getting all confused.
Dean is on
Yeah, one with your inner mind and one with
multiple
your Barry
conversations.
Keoghan.
Putting Dean's brain in an absolute blender.
Yeah, sorry. So
I mean, you can tell he took.
He's falling
Like,
asleep.
this dude's on planet.
I'm not
fucking-
falling asleep. I'm not falling asleep. I'm just having two different conversations. Like I confused.
No,
What-
dude,
You look
the
like
eyes
Chris-
are telling
you
me
look like
something
Chris in
different.
Boston.
What are my eyes doing? I'm like
You look
laying
you're on heroin.
slanted.
You look like you're on heroin.
I'm not
Dude,
on
look-
heroin.
To me, with that individual scene. What's
I
the
don't know, I'm
one
trying
scene
to-
that comes to mind that you really want to talk about?
Well, I mean, we kind of danced around the bathtub scene a little bit.
I'm ready to dance.
Well,
into
all right. I
bathtub.
want to. What? No. First off,
Wanna talk about-
nobody jerks off that coolly like Jacob Elordi.
Oh, he jerks off
All
very
right.
quick.
It is impossible to jerk off that cool. You
He's-
What do you
can't
mean by
jerk off
cool?
that cool.
He's very cool.
Dude, He's like in the bathtub and like he's like and he's like and he just barely leaves
sweating. He's
he
profusely-
barely leaves the door cracked. He wanted somebody to hear him and
You
he's
can hear him.
moaning loud as fuck.
Dude, he heard him down the hall.
Yeah. And of course he leaves the door cracked like you didn't want Oliver to come in.
I jerk off. I try to do it as quiet as possible.
So
Well,
the
here's
first
another
episode
question
unlocked.
about that scene. Like, have you ever? When's the last time you just like jerked off to your thoughts?
It's very
He
tough.
wasn't like he would just had his eyes closed. He was just thinking about stuff.
It's very tough to do. I need a
It
visual.
is tough to
I need a
do,
visual aid.
especially when the only thing going through my
Like a
head
poster
is
board.
like
Yeah, I need a dream board or what are those called? That the what are those called? What are those called?
Yeah, like a
They're
foam
called-
board.
they're called dream boards where they're like the girls have the phone board and all their plans, like it's like a big house, happy marriage, and like nice shoes. Like what are those?
yeah,
those things?
jerk off in tub,
Yeah, I need a poster board
or
on an easel.
fondle myself in tub. I just don't. Wait, how does? Oh fuck! What did I just do? Wait, where'd I go? Okay, I'm back. It just took me away to fucking Tahiti. I don't have a set background, so the only background I have is just some island in the middle of nowhere. That was weird. Oh shit. Okay. All right. God damn it.
Well, look,
Right,
give,
but
me,
back
give,
to
me,
the
give me some of your guys' fucking thoughts about Saltburn. Stop asking me. I was kind of coming in wanting to talk about what do you guys want to talk.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, it's just Saltburn. It is what it is. I want to talk about the bathtub scene.
I-
How he sucked the drain like a butthole.
Mm-hmm. The
Uh-huh.
form. Perfect.
He's been there before. He's been there, done that before.
You can tell that he's definitely been there before.
What do you
Mhm.
think
The
his
Irish, there's not like they have a whole lot to do over there, so
my wine teeth?
other than golf, I guess.
I'm gonna hide my wine teeth behind my microphone.
Is it red wine?
It is.
You look like somebody. You look like a certain somebody's mouth after a certain scene.
I pour it all around my lips and my face.
Yeah, and you need to half submerge your face into a pool, not a pool, into a tub.
Yeah, and then
God.
you know
I
your
love
wife
that
will
scene.
come up right behind you and like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I'll be like, luckily I'm a vampire.
Oh, what a hard fucking line, dude.
No, I wanted
What
to.
a hard line, though.
I was gonna ask when he was on all fours. When he was on all
Talking
fours,
about the bathtub scene
the
because
bathtub scene.
we're done. We're done dancing around the bathtub.
Yeah, we're
scene.
talking about the
It's
bathtub.
time to talk about it.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's just talk right the fuck about it. Barry
Do
Keoghan
it.
the cum water out of the bathtub of Jacob Elordi.
I like the fact that
Mhm.
they like. I don't know what they put in the bathwater. I'm assuming it's not actual cum, but they made it look milky for sure.
Mm.
It didn't look. It looked unclean.
It was disgusting.
It
to
looked
watch.
like
Yeah.
he was drinking some filth.
Anyway, when he was on all fours slurping up that drain, what do you think?
Slurping up that spunk, that Elordi spunk. More.
What do you think his?
Normally, you have to pay an exorbitant amount for something like that.
What do you think
but-
his art? What do you think his arch game was?
45 degrees at least.
Think.
At
Think
least.
he was full face down, ass up, or he was just like stomach like full flat onto the tub?
No, did you see the tub? He had to have been arched
That's what I'm saying. Like
because
on-
otherwise his back is like broken. Because he's got to lean.
well, no.
He's got to
Imagine,
lean his lower back up and over the tub.
no,
No,
imagine he just
no,
laying
that ass
stomach
is in
down
the
and
air like
his
Mount.
stomach down. His
That
legs.
ass is in the air like Mount St. Helen.
No, imagine his stomach down, slurping. His legs are like flaying out the sides.
How is that gonna work?
Lay on your stomach and kick your legs back up, so where your legs are at a 45 degree or a 90 degree, and your feet are up top, and you're laying on your stomach.
So your knees are just like dangling up in the air, like
No,
you're reading a
your-
diary.
Just your shins and your ankle and your foot.
You know how much that would hurt?
No, it
This
wouldn't
is a
hurt.
ceramic bathtub, dude.
Zach, lay on your stomach right now. Aim the camera
No.
down and lay on your stomach on the ground.
Do you know how much
What's
planning
going
that
on?
would take? I'm not doing that.
Lay on your
I
stomach.
also don't have a bathtub in front of me.
Lay on your stomach, and then just when you arch your knees back. So if you're laying this way,
Here's the bathtub.
here's the thing. Here's Barry Keoghan, and his legs are just bent up like that, and he's just laying in the bathtub.
That's what I said. You have your knees up in
It
the air,
wouldn't
like
hurt you if
dangling,
you're
like
just
you're
laying in a
reading,
bathtub face
like
down.
you're a middle
So-
school girl reading your diary.
Yeah. It's crazy that you have a visual aid right there.
No, I believe
Of-
that he was
of Barry
on his
Keoghan
knees
himself.
arched. He had to have been on his knees arched. It's not a wide bath. It's a bathtub. You can't
why I
lie
have
down flat in a
this
bathtub.
is-
Have you ever tried to?
This is why I have
You
these.
have to arch.
I need, like I said before, I need visual aid.
No, he's arched. I am 95% sure he was arched. He had that thing arched.
Knees together.
Mount St. Helen Arch.
This is turning into Archgate.
We're talking St. Louis arches, dude.
Damn.
The man is on his knees arched. There's no way. This isn't even. God damn it. All right, let's move on.
Yeah. Can we can we talk about the scene where Jacob Elordi does the eeny meeny miny mo? And then he does the and to pick a which girl he wants to fuck, and then he kisses him on the forehead. Peace out, Boy Scout. Like the dude is all over the place. I didn't even
He's got a
notice
title and a castle.
What about
So,
Yeah.
Daddy? What about Daddy's old Teddy?
Daddy's old Teddy. The blue room, it's blue.
Dead
I
really,
just love the way he talks.
dead really,
That
dead
was my
really.
favorite part of the movie.
Daddy's old Telly. Daddy's old Teddy.
Ollie, folly, oh.
Oh, dead really, dead really. Oh,
Dude.
Daddy's old Teddy.
The house tour is my favorite. I would love to do like an MTV Cribs with him on it.
no, that would be amazing. Dead ready, dead orgasy.
Teddy's old Teddy.
I came in that teddy.
Barry in the bathtub.
What did he say when he was like, "Love you, nanny"?
Uh,
Was it a picture of his old grandmother?
yeah, hi, Granny.
Dead granny.
Hi, Granny.
Oh yeah. And Granny goes, hi, Granny.
And it cuts back to Barry Keoghan, and he's just like,
Yeah.
just taking a tour through this house.
Library?
Cut it out of the movie.
Really.
No,
But
but
kissed him like he kissed him on the
all
floor.
right, here. All right, I'll ask you. What purpose do you think the bathtub scene fulfilled?
In the movie,
Yes.
his obsession.
No,
for-
outside the movie. When I was arched in the bathtub, drinking up cum water, what do you think that meant for me?
you had an obsession with Jacob Elordi, just like Oliver Quick.
No, I have an obsession with Barry Keoghan
Oh,
That's
and Richard E. Grant because that guy chews up scenery like nothing else.
okay. So in the scheme, in the whole overarching
Overarching, indeed.
scheme of the plot, him doing this, like this, performing this heist of a scheme. What does that scene do
Yes.
for the theme of the movie? Nothing.
What does that do other than yeah? So you would agree shock value above all else, right? Is that what you would say?
It ties into when he said, "I'm in love with him." That was about it.
I don't think he ever said he was in love with him.
Sorry, he loved him like everybody else did, but he
But he's
wasn't.
not
Yeah, he
in
always
love with him.
he always says he loved him.
Yeah.
God,
so he's not in
I
love
loved
with him.
him.
I think he's obsessed with them.
We did. Well, yeah. God, I loved him.
Sometimes
I think he said
Uh,
that.
I hate him.
Yeah.
Then he like quick turned
I
around and
hate
it's like, "But I'm not in love with him. But God, I love
Yes.
him."
What do you think that means? You're not in love, but you love him.
He was in love with the idea of
Love with
him.
what he represents. You love
The idea of him.
his
Yeah.
lifestyle.
Yeah,
He,
him.
he did what he thought Felix wanted, and then Felix didn't want it, and then he like
He
went
killed
off
him.
his rock.
He turned into Betty White off her rockers.
Yeah.
Killed the whole
Because he
thing.
was like, "Doesn't this prove how good a friend I am?" And Felix was like, "No."
He's like, "I drank your cum water."
And then they poisoned him.
All right, so back to the
Basically,
bathtub.
it all went downhill from there. Really.
I think it went uphill from there.
I think something went up
loved it.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, something went up. I'll tell you that.
It
You do have to admit, Oliver did hit the biggest lick of all time.
He hit a very
He has
devious
their-
lick.
He has the rocks at the end of the movie all lined up, like the rocks that they throw in the river when they die. He had them all lined up.
does.
No, he hit
Like,
it.
Absolute psychopath.
Yeah, he hit a lick. Not gonna
One of
lie.
my favorite psychopaths I've seen in recent memory.
Hmm.
And I
Isn't that
love the direction that it went.
Maybe
he's
you're
a
talking-
isn't he gonna be the new Joker?
I don't know if he's actually going to be in the movie.
maybe not the new DCEU Joker, but like the new Robert Pattinson Joker.
Yeah,
I don't think
that's
anybody cares about the DCEU shit. I only care about the Batman shit.
Yeah, well, I thought
I
he
don't know if
was.
he's actually going to be in the movie though. Like he was in a deleted scene from the last one.
If you look on Letterboxd, Zach.
Well, it was in the
Oh.
movie theater. It was at the movie theater. It was in the movie, wasn't it?
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
it was,
but I
It was
mean,
very
there
end.
were other scenes with him too.
there was like a whole
Yeah.
speaking scene, like where like Robert Pattinson's Batman speaks to the Joker.
Wasn't that a deleted scene at the end?
That was deleted.
Like
They
a
still,
post-credit
they still
scene or
played it at the
something?
movie. Yeah, I
Oh,
guess it was post credit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not actually in the movie.
But Zach, for the new DCEU Batman, if you look on Letterboxd and look up James Gunn's Batman, you'll see a
I
certain
couldn't care less.
Ryan
I
cast.
couldn't care less. Is it Ryan Philippe? Then I'm not interested.
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling's going to play Batman.
He was listed on
Mm.
the James Gunn's Letterboxd DCEU Batman.
All right, well, I'm going to tell you this right now. He's
I
not
don't know
going to
if
be
it's
playing Batman.
confirmed.
It's not going to happen.
I think James Gunn shot it down. I think it was just a fan thing on Letterboxd, but it was the only thing surfacing.
I don't care about anything Batman related other than Matt Reeves, the Batman, and whatever he's doing with this next movie. I don't care about DC and the fucking universe of shitty movies. I don't care about Marvel. I'm not gonna shit on it because I know you love Marvel, but I shit on both. I don't think the DC extended universe has like one good movie in it. I think it's shit to bed. I only care about what the Batman has to offer because Batman's dope.
Batman is
So
dope.
fuck DC, fuck Marvel, fuck all those. Just give me a good Batman standalone. I'm assuming it's going to be a trilogy. Just give me that. Give me the emo Robert Pattinson that I've been asking for years.
Isn't a live action Kevin Conroy Batman? Rest in peace.
Is there? There's not.
No, he was.
Are you
the
saying what
voice
could
of-
have been, or
he's
are you
the voice
saying
of
this
the
is like an
animated
abandoned project?
I said what could have been, because Kevin Conroy.
I mean, that's like asking for a live action version of Mark Hamill's Joker.
That would have been sick.
I'm very happy with the animated versions I got from them.
Oh, I'm absolutely happy with him. I'm just saying.
I don't need a live act. You see, it seems like we're like saying that animated versions are subpar to live action versions.
No,
I
no,
don't
no.
think that's the case. I don't need a live action version of Kevin Conroy. Kevin Conroy owns the animated Batman universe. So does Mark Hamill. I don't need to see them do live action stuff.
All right.
Very defensive about that.
What's the other movie you guys have to review? This one, Godzilla.
Godzilla
Minus one.
When do you guys need to get to that?
Well, we might get to that in the next episode because, to be honest, we really haven't gotten into anything like of substance with Saltburn other than like memes and funny stuff.
Okay.
Like if we actually wanted to deconstruct this movie in a serious manner, we could do that. The jokes are fun too, though.
The jokes are very
Yeah.
fun.
I kind of
But
just
like
I kind of just like make fun of Jacob Elord's accent.
Oh,
Oh.
did you think as a British man yourself, a distinguished British gentleman, did you find his accent unbelievable?
Well, I don't know. I think it was just his voice.
As a
Like,
Saltburn native yourself.
Yes, it's self-branded myself. I don't know. Like, you think about the one scene where he says, "He's like, I had them like leave a suit jacket on like your seat or something because we dress for dinner here. It is black tie."
and
Like
he
he
like,
kind like
When did he turn
he
into
kind of
Tom Hardy?
mumbles. He kind of mumbles like Tom Hardy a little
When he
bit.
turned into, I
What?
didn't never hear him mumble. When he
No.
turned into
Yeah.
Tom Hardy.
dress for dinner.
We go,
Yeah.
we go the brown suit, we go the black, we go the white suit, we got all sorts of suits here, right?
I'm telling you,
Oh,
you
it's
got
fucking shit,
No, he
mate.
kinda
You
did.
know,
He was
the
like-
wear
he's
the
like,
white
he's like, I
suit,
had
wear
them
the
leave-
brown suit, covers up the sweat stains, whatnot. You fucking cunt, you. Right?
He's like, I had him leave an old suit jacket in the closet for. He's like, because we kind of dress for dinner.
Oh,
Yeah.
you have cufflinks, you can't. You don't have cufflinks, you fucking can't. No,
He's like,
of course you don't have cufflinks, because you're a fucking lowly peasant, you fuck. Right?
Yeah, but just listen to that scene and he goes like, "It's black tie. We do black tie." He says it like
I
that.
watched it twice. I never quite picked up on the mumbling. I definitely
Yeah.
didn't get any Tom Hardy out of it. Although now I really I'm
Yeah,
curious to
go
see
back
what
and
version
look.
of this movie
Better
with
watch it
Tom
then.
Hardy would be like. Oh, I think that would be amazing.
That'd be fun.
If Alfie Solomons was playing Felix.
Oh.
Oh, that would be incredible.
Or Oliver.
Or Oliver. He could do, yeah, he could do either one. I mean, shit, both of them were in Dunkirk together. There's your
I
connection.
wanted Corbin Blue to be Farley.
Push it to the limit.
Corbin
He said his hair
Cause
was
we're in
so
it to
long.
win it. In it to minute. Yeah, Cotton.
Yeah, this is well. I think Reagan said his hair is inspired from Corbin Blue, the dude that actually played him.
Is that a
Is that an
serious?
official
Is that a
thing?
serious thing?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah.
He wanted his hair to
wanna-
look like a high school.
Just wanted to insult Corbin Blue by making a little bitch character. A bitchy little American character.
Yeah.
He gets kicked out for using a bit of cocaine. Is it a bit of fucking white stuff? Bit of the fucking nose, book of sugar cap, fucking powder, right? Yeah. I don't know where that came from. Sorry.
It's just fun.
I'm letting you.
Full,
No, I'm
full
I'm
Birmingham.
fully immersed in the British world right now. Now
Uh,
I really want to see a You know what we should reenact lines of this movie, but as Alfie Solomons. I think that would be funny as hell.
You should do that, and then you should do it as like as
Look, I'm a vampire,
Yeah,
right?
right, we got the bright. It's the blue room. Right, it's fucking blue, mate. Quite frankly, it's fucking blue.
Dead Relly,
Uh,
Daddy's old Teddy.
oh,
White
Daddy
bread,
Eddie.
brown bread.
Daddy Eddie Brock. I played Eddie Brock in the Venom movies. You know that, right? Daddy Eddie's fucking Teddy. I came in that fucking teddy bear. You fucking know, but I came in that fucker's fucking teddy bear.
Well, this is pretty much Bronson. Bronson.
Well, I mean, if you do, Bronson sounds a lot like Alfie Solomons, although it's a
Kinda.
little bit more, I guess, elegant would be the word. I don't know.
And Bronson was like unintelligible. Like I can barely understand him.
I said, don't call the police. 10 minutes.
15.
Yeah, Alfie Solomons just used cunt. I mean, I guess so does Bronson. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty similar.
Mhm.
Alfie Solomons is a bit deeper, I guess.
There's also a lot of dong in Bronson, just like in
Very,
Saltburn.
yeah.
It was
Another reason I think he would fit into this movie seamlessly.
a lot of
It would.
hooded dong.
The fact that I know what Barry
Yeah,
Keoghan's
it's a
cock
European
looks like
thing, I
and
think.
Tom Hardy's cock looks like, I've lived life.
If you had a
don't
You
hooded,
need
see him
anything else.
Tom Hardy's penis, I can
And
bet.
if Oppenheimer went a little bit further, I could have seen his cock too.
if your
God
penis.
damn
had
it,
hooded
Killian.
legs,
Oh, we see Killian's cock, we seen Barry's cock, we seen all sorts of cock. I'd
Seen all
love
of
to
Peaky,
see,
seen all of Peaky Blinders.
oh, say your cock. I haven't seen Killian's cock. I want to see that wanker's wanker. You know what I'm saying? Probably Alfie Solomons has to be it's my favorite voice. I love it so much. What a treat that character is.
could you like reenact like lines of Saltburn just like as Arthur Morgan and
Yeah.
Dutch?
Yep. Like, are you going to behave, Farley? No. I'm going to say it again, Farley. Are you going to behave for Daddy? I'm gonna behave, Daddy Farley. Oh, Jesus. You have to feed me more specific lines, but yeah, I think that'd be fun.
That would work.
That'd be funny.
Yeah. I think of specific lines from it.
What other voices could you throw into Saltburn?
You just name them. Hey, Davy Jones, Jack Sparrow.
Hit me
It's
with it.
like, well, Mr. Lordy, I'm gonna drink your bathwater now, and there's not a thing you can do about it, son. seen this movie twice. I need to pick out like individual lines from it, like the best quotes from the movie that I could use. You can just like The Dark Knight has so many lines that you can just quote it. It's just a really quotable movie. I don't know if this is the most quotable movie. It's got shocking scenes in it, but I'd have to look
Yeah,
deeper
there's
into
not a
like
lot
some
of
of the
memorable quotes
yeah.
besides
I
I'm a
do feel like
vampire.
this would be a fun movie to like completely fuck up with like other accents and stuff. I guess that's true with any movie though.
Other characters.
I'd love to fuck up Pirates of the Caribbean with like an Alfie Solomons accent.
How would you do that?
Just take like a Jack Sparrow line and insert Alfie Solomons.
The jar of dirt.
Well, I fucking got cut. It's a jar of dirt, right? That's not fucking. It's a jar of dirt. Oh, you fucking shit in this jar. It's a jar. You fucking cut. Something like that. Maybe something with the Kraken. I don't know. The options are endless.
What about what is Davy Jones?
Barbosa would be hilarious.
What is
If
Davy
you
Jones?
if you put Barbosa into Saltburn. Oh. But again, I don't know a lot of
Do
lines
Barbosa,
from
Barbosa and Farley.
Barbosa on Farley, like the
The
hand
behead-
job scene.
Yeah.
What was the line? Are you gonna behave for me, Farley? Are you gonna be a good boy, Farley? No, sir. Let's try that again, Farley. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spit in my hand, and then I'm gonna grab your cock.
Mr.
And
Turner.
after I grab your cock, you're gonna be a good little boy, Farley. We're cursed men. And then he starts bringing up like
Are you gonna be a good
like
boy?
I need Will Turner's cum.
Are you gonna be a good boy, Mr. Turner?
No, what are you doing? No, why are you slurping up the cum in my fucking bath? What are you doing, Mr. Quick?
Okay, so then imagine it's like Barbosa is Farley and Will Turner is fucking Oliver Quick. So when he puts his hand down his pants, he's, "What are you doing, Mr. Turner?"
All right, what's hold on a minute. All right, which character is Barbosa and which character is William? And which scene are we talking about? Are we still talking about the hand job scene?
Or Barbosa is a vampire.
Barbosa is a vampire. There's so many moving parts here. Okay, so Barbosa is calling Mr. Turner Mr. Is he calling him Farley, Mr. Stark,
Mr.
or is he
Turner.
just calling him William? Are we just
Mr.
inserting those two characters into that scene?
Yes.
Okay. The hand job scene,
Yep.
correct? Okay.
Was
like-
this one of the things of substance you wanted to get into?
Yeah, I think we're far beyond substance.
So we're going for just jokes.
I do want to talk. I do want to talk about the deeper meanings and whatnot in a future episode. But we are so far beyond that; it's just not going to happen here.
Yeah,
This is no. This is the cum and menstrual cycle, Miss Swan episode.
okay. The freestyle episode.
This is the fun.
Yeah,
This
I
is-
don't know. So I guess it'd be like Barbosa, your hands off my penis. Start there. It'd be like, you sound like your father. Bootstrap Bill Turner. He didn't like him when I grab his cock either. And then he'd start like begging again, saying, Are you gonna behave for me, Mr. Turner? Be like, No, Barbosa. I have to get Elizabeth back.
It would be Rosamund Pike in this
I
situation.
guess. Be like, Are you gonna be a good little gone girl?
who would be Rosamund Pike?
And be like,
Jack the monkey. The monkey's
No,
name.
no. No. We call Jacob a lordy, Jack. And be like, I don't know. This is going so far off the fucking rails.
Mm-hmm.
That's so funny.
But
Oh, shit.
it's something to explore, I guess.
Damn, I want a little better.
Barbosa, what are you drinking my cum bathwater? That sounded like Ron Weasley. Harry, stop drinking my fucking bathwater. I was
Harry,
gonna sell that to Hermione.
You muggle.
Whoa. I didn't know we were
It's-
gonna. I didn't think we were gonna be bringing language like that in this
Yeah.
episode.
yeah, hold on, Jesus
You're gonna,
Christ.
That was the
gonna
Harry Potter
drink-
N-word.
gonna drink Harry's muggle bathwater.
No, it wasn't. It was what did Malfoy call Hermione? And it was like she called her half-blood.
Hermione, you fucking cunt.
Draco called her a half blood, and it's when she
I
started like
canceled that.
crying.
Yeah, I thought you like called
Oh
her
no,
like
she called her.
a
Sorry, it
wench or something.
was a mud blood.
Not a half blood. I
No,
feel
it was
like
a mud.
we could definitely use
ha-
the half blood for like the
Percy Jackson.
period scene.
Now he called her mud blood, which means dirty blood. Means with one Muggle parent and one wizard parent.
Yeah, I know.
Or no, it's
but
two
I
Muggle
feel like-
parents with one wizard child. That's mud blood.
Same.
God, what subhumans? Am I right?
Listen,
We can be racist in Harry Potter terms. That's completely acceptable. I think.
how would no? You can't.
Yes, you can. I just
Are you
did.
gonna just call them mud blood?
I just called mudbloods subhumans.
You're gonna have the whole. You're gonna have the whole. You thought you were gonna get fucking canceled before. You're gonna have the whole wizarding community come after you, dude.
Yeah, imagine J.K. Rowling got canceled before my ass. That's funny. I don't give a shit. I don't
Hmm.
care.
What
Yeah.
else? What else? What else do you want to talk about this movie?
I don't know. Is there anything else?
I don't know, dude. I think you're about to fall asleep.
I'm not about to fall asleep. I'm here.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Let's see. Zach, have you
Dean,
watched?
I'm adopting a cat. How do you feel about that?
Are you gonna do it?
I'm thinking about it. I actually am. It's a really
Yeah.
cool cat.
What are you gonna name it?
I think Ripley. Although
I
I
think-
kind of want to save Ripley for if like I accidentally have a
A
daughter
predator.
or something.
Oh,
No, I don't want to be a predator.
Name the cat Predator.
I'll name the cat Schwarzenegger, or
whoa,
I'll
Ooh.
name the cat
whoa,
Carl
whoa,
Weathers.
whoa, whoa.
Then
Whoa.
make sure they spell that right on the birth certificate.
All right, it's one thing to be subtly racist about mudbloods and half blood.
I don't know
Prince.
what you're talking about. We're just saying.
Yeah,
We're just
I
saying it's
agree.
just something you gotta lend an extra eye to.
Yeah, Arnold is of Austrian descent, and we know somebody else who's of Austrian descent who did some pretty unspeakable things. So, I guess the waters are
Mhm.
still a bit cold on those fronts.
Who's the other person?
I've been trying really hard to think of a Austrian hockey player, and I couldn't think of one.
Austrian hockey player.
Yeah. I feel like there has to be like one.
Matt
Wait,
Reed.
where's Michael Raffle from?
Oh,
Michael Raffles from Austria.
probably Michael Raffles from Austria.
Yeah, Michael Raffles from Austria, and so was Thomas Vanek and Michael Grabner.
Is Michael Raffle retired?
Probably
Did he
unofficially.
officially retire?
No, he's in the Swiss National League.
But he's Austrian.
Well, yeah,
plays-
you can play whatever league.
Plays for Lausanne HC.
He plays for Lasagna HC.
Mhm.
Plays for Garfield's team.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I
How old
agree.
how old is Michael Raffle? Like he's got to be like
35.
35.
Yep.
Yep.
Damn, dude, we got to get you a Michael Raffle jersey.
Michael Raffle had
Yeah.
the greatest stutter step of all time.
Oh my god.
You pull it out
One of
once.
my favorite
months.
Flyers grinders.
He was just a beast in the power play. He would just sit there and grab all the rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
You want to talk about the goal of the year that happened tonight? Did you see it?
Oh yeah. I think I might get
pivoting.
I think Owen Tippett might be my jersey purchase for a current Flyer.
What do you feel about the number 74? I really
Um,
like it.
Yeah, I like it.
For any other sport, I would say no, but for hockey, I think it works.
Yeah,
Hockey, I think the
it's an offensive
really
lineman number.
miscellaneous numbers like Voracek's 93 worked a lot for me.
Mhm.
Ryan Ellis for the one game he played, 94 was dope.
4 games. 4 games.
Yeah. Four
Yeah,
memorable
right. But,
games.
I mean, the one game.
3
The one game that
3
he
assists.
scored a goal that
3
we were
assists
at.
and 1 goal.
He was a Norris candidate as far as I
He
was
was.
concerned.
He was. I think the minimum requirement wasn't it 4 games,
Sure.
and it was 4 games, and he had 4 points. And they were like, "Well, I mean, you have to put him in for a candidate," but he ended up losing it.
So if Michael Ropp, I don't know how I can.
Can you imagine being the Florida
I think we're so beyond like Saltburn at this point.
Imagine being like the Florida Panthers right now, trading out your breakout superstar for a player you've had for 3 weeks.
I think their breakout superstar is Sam Reinhart. He was going to score 60 goals this season.
Our superstar.
How many goals does he have now?
Like 32. 31 or 32.
Does he?
We've pivoted to like the official podcast now.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
we're kind of just fucking, you
Yeah.
know, beating off.
Yeah, but my laptop is on 4% though.
He has 33 goals and
I do not have my charger.
33 goals,
All right.
23 assists through 44 games.
Well,
He's
He's what?
56 points in 44 games.
how many goals?
33.
33. Holy shit.
23 assists.
Damn.
Yeah,
It's
and it's a
plus-
contract year, so somebody's going to overpay for him, and then he'll probably resign back in Florida.
He's a
'cause
plus
their-
minus
Their tax is so fucking low.
plus minus of plus 14 through 44 games.
Well, yeah, everybody on the Florida Panthers has like a plus 14. That team is a wagon. But you know who else is a wagon? And Fly Guys, baby.
Imagine not wanting to play here. Imagine.
God,
just
I
taking
am.
time to play.
I feel so bad for Claude Giroux.
Yeah.
Like,
You think-
why couldn't he have been on a team like this?
You think Owen Tippett's like living out Claude Giroux's dream of just being the guy who can score sick goals in Philly?
I mean, was he ever that? He was more of the playmaker. But every goal he scored was sick, even though it was like usually like 20, like mid 20s. I mean, Owen Tippett might legitimately score 40 plus goals this season. I would say the closure of this team is probably Couturier now.
Owen
The
Tippett has
playmaker, the guy that gets a lot of
18
assists.
Morgan Frost.
Yeah, Morgan Frost is a good one.
once he walked into Tortellini's
God.
office with the fucking cock hanging out, being like, "I want more playing time."
Yeah.
Morgan Frost is the Oliver Quick of the Flyers.
The twink.
No, a fucking massive cock alpha dog.
You heard it here first, folks. Morgan Frost, the twink of the Flyers.
Now, why do you think Morgan
that
Frost
out.
is a twink?
Tweet
What's
that.
Twinky
Should I
about
tweet-
Morgan Frost?
Should I tweet that from?
Well, no, I'm just saying Oliver is kind of the twink in the movie, so you're referring to him as Oliver.
mean-
Should I tweet that from the account page?
Twink as in he fucks
Yeah.
dudes in the movie?
Oh god.
Morgan Frost, the twink of the Flyers.
I don't know, maybe. Who else would it be?
Yeah, who's the twink? Who's the biggest twink on the Flyers?
The biggest twink on the Flyers is probably
Morgan Frost.
no.
I feel like it has to
No,
be.
it's not Morgan Frost.
There's nobody else. Bobby Brink? No,
Konechny?
We don't know.
No.
No,
he's not a twink.
absolutely not.
Morgan Frost.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's
Everybody's
Morgan
a
Frost. Morgan
dog.
Frost is the only answer.
It is.
Why is he a twink though? Like, what makes him a twink?
Carter Hart, maybe?
Yeah, I was thinking Carter Hart because he has a tendency to let in weak goals, and there's like a scandal going on around him.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, give me
Okay, so I'll
another
put that
answer.
out as
I
a
don't-
poll. See, biggest twink on the Flyers: Morgan Frost or Carter Hart?
Leave it up to a poll, shall we?
I don't know. Is it like Jamie Drysdale because he's so handsome?
He's not a twink.
Yeah.
Define twink for me. Fox dudes?
Little gay boy.
Little gay
Man,
boy.
twink.
It's not
man-
Morgan Frost.
A man
Morgan
willing
Frost stood up to torts. That's not a twink.
here. A man willing and ready to become any dominant male's partner.
Okay. Dude, I don't know if there's one of those here. Rasmus Ristolainen behind closed doors, maybe?
He's not a twink. He's huge.
Good. Yeah, no.
He
Well,
just
I-
sucks. He just
My,
sucks.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Carter Hart then. It would have to be Carter Hart, right?
I guess so.
It should ain't Morgan Frost.
It sucks.
Morgan
It
Frost
sucks.
got
They're
some
probably still
dog
going to
in
be
him.
sellers at the deadline.
I think yes, they will sell a defenseman. Probably Sean Walker. Maybe Nick Seeler.
Yeah.
Was it you, Zach, that said you should, or you, Dean, that was like you should just trade everybody and rebuild around like Nick Seeler?
That was what I said.
Yeah, Nick Delorier.
Yeah, you're Nick Delorier. Nick
No,
Delorier.
I said
twink?
Nick. No, I said Nick Seeler.
Yeah, there you go.
Is Delorier a twink?
No, he's not. Dude.
No. Nick Delorier is a beastly, bulging man,
Yeah, no.
as Christmas Vacation once quoted.
He's an alpha.
There's Carter Hart is probably the closest thing I could think of.
I think
Just
so.
the way that he looks, I guess. And he's a quiet guy. Morgan Frost, no. God damn it. A giant rat in the ceiling is crawling around again.
Oh, Cavalcante.
God damn it.
Cavalcante. Pretty sure I named him Dave.
Yeah, then Danilo Cavalcante. You thought he was the one crawling in your roof. Remember the escaped prisoner out of Pocopson?
Oh, that
Oh,
was his
shit,
name?
right.
Right. I was hoping it was him.
All right.
And, well, yeah, that
I
there's
think
a twin.
my laptop is about to die.
All right, let's wrap it up here. Fuck this.
All right, let's confirm.
laptop
Cavalcante-
actually says
Cavalcante-
0%
Cavalcante is
right
the
now.
twink.
All right, Cavalcante's the twink. All right, guys, thanks for listening. We'll be next week. We'll get into like real shit. This was a fun episode. This is the
Yeah,
most.
this is a fun bullshittery episode.
I think the
My
last
laptop
bullshittery
is-
episode we did was your Zach's underwater adventure. But
Yeah,
Dean,
this one
thanks for
was
joining.
just. This
Yeah.
one was just a
Dean's on
whole
0%
lot
on
of
the laptop.
drunkenness, and Dean is about to fall
No,
back. in his
it's
chair.
just the angle of my laptop. I
No,
swear.
Dean's about to just fucking.
There he goes. There he goes.
Be gone.
Oh God, that's extremely funny. So if you guys are watching on the YouTube, that is very funny. Dean was mimicking him sleeping, and his computer died. So we'll never get a real answer. But
Well, the one thing I know about Dean is he never has a completely charged phone or laptop.
never. He
Never
never
happens.
does his podcast with his laptop charging, like with the cord plugged in.
I didn't know what I was expecting going into this. I didn't know if he wanted to seriously discuss Saltburn, or I had a hunch that he wanted to we'd just have some fun about all the fun scenes, if you will. And we sort of did, but we went down on. We should just rename this podcast the Rabbit Hole, because the rabbit holes we go down here are impossible to get out of.
Yeah. Do we want to just keep this going and go and talk Godzilla?
Yeah, I mean we've done 3-hour episodes before. We're not even at 2 yet, right?
I don't know. I have no
We
idea.
started at what 10:30? I think.
Yeah.
Past 10:30.
Yeah.
So we're like an hour 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? What the fuck do I have to do tomorrow? I then
Alright,
get
so-
snowed in.
Yeah. So
Hold
if
on, I
you
gotta
wanna keep,
put it real quick.
if you
I
want to
gotta
keep
get out of
listening,
goofy mode.
if you want to keep listening, go for it. If you don't, you can always come back to this at a
Yeah, if
later
you don't,
date.
we already have your listening in the statistics. Like we
Yeah.
don't care where you go.
Yeah, we
Fuck
don't
you.
care. Yeah, we're doing this just because we want to. We're not doing
I'm
this.
doing this because I hope at some point somebody realizes that I have a sexy voice and I can do voice acting.
Yeah, not Fran.
Now I want to do legitimate acting.
But
Specifically the kind of acting Barry Kogan did in Saltburn. I want to do that kind of
yeah,
acting.
listen, this is in like a
My little-
serious
my little
note
wiener.
because I have been out of wine for a while. I did chug a water. this we eventually want to grow this into something big. We know it's not right now. We're doing this for the love of the game instead of doing it as like a full time or even a part time gig. We're just doing this because we love talking movies and dicking around with the boys, and that's what you're gonna get. And hopefully that catches on with some people. That's just like you're just fucking around and just hanging out and having fun. That's why we're doing this. But on the other note, we're doing this because we enjoy talking movies, and we're going to keep talking movies regardless of how many people actually care. But
Yeah, I would never do this podcast if the main attraction was like the Pythagorean theorem.
yeah,
This isn't homework for me. This is something I do because I enjoy it.
yeah,
Regardless of how you interpreted that last the section with Dean, that was incredibly enjoyable. I found that to be a very fun time.
it was
But
very
I
fun.
would like to legitimately unpack Saltburn at some point on a serious note.
Yeah, we can do that in the next episode at some point. But for YouTube wise, you may still see Dean's screen thing is gone, so I will do a clap and we will transition on the YouTube side to our regular backdrop, and we will start talking some Godzilla. So here we go. All right,
I
thank you
didn't
for
even pick up at all.
that quick transition. We're back. We're gonna
Yeah,
talk some
we
Godzilla.
took a little break and we're clear of mind. We didn't just clap and now we're immediately going to be talking about
Yeah,
Godzilla
I'm not still
after
trying to
talking about Water and everything else. And
exactly.
whatever that fucking accent bullshit was.
Exactly. We're not doing that at all. So Godzilla. Zach and I. So if you listen to the last week's episode, Zach kind of non-spoiler reviewed Godzilla for those who haven't seen it. We made the
I
plan.
probably spoiled a little bit of it because I'm really bad at doing that kind of thing, but
Yeah.
nothing too bad.
We made the plan on the show to go. So we recorded Thursday. Episode came out Friday. We planned to go Saturday. We did go Saturday. We saw Godzilla. And now we're going to talk about it because I'm going to say this is one of the best fucking movies I've seen in a very long time. Behind, if you want to give me all of the 2023 movies, I go like my top two, Oppenheimer and then Godzilla Minus One.
Yeah, I have some shocking news too.
Okay.
This is the only movie that I've gone to see more than once in a movie theater.
Ever?
I've never seen a movie in theaters more than once.
Really?
Not one.
Oh, this movie's
I
just so
thought
good.
back, it's never happened.
Well, there you
I saw
go. I mean,
Covenant
Jesus
once, I
Christ.
saw Overlord once, I saw 1917 once. It's never happened. I've
Well,
never gone to see one movie two different times in theaters,
there you go.
which is actually kind of surprising. I actually had to think about it for a while, but this
Yeah.
is the only movie I've ever seen multiple times.
That's very funny. All right,
pretty
well,
sneaky.
let's get into it. Let me read you my review of Godzilla Minus One. After seeing it, it took me 2 days to write this review because I wanted to just process it. After my watch, I wanted to really think hard at long and hard about it. And I think I've come to a I think I've come to a very solid conclusion on what I think, even though you just heard me say it's one of my best movies that I've ever seen. But
Ever.
yeah, no, it's that
Really?
good.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, it is that good. I rated this movie a 98 out of 100. I think very, very highly of this movie.
That might be the highest review I've ever heard from you.
Behind Oppenheimer.
Wait, you gave a 99 before. Was that Oppenheimer?
No, Oppenheimer, I get 100.
You gave a 99 at some point. It wasn't a recent movie, but I think your all-time movies list there were some 99s.
Yes, no, I do have some 99s, but this is on my Letterboxd. Click the link in the description. You can read my written review about it. But
Was it Dead Poet Society, real quick?
Let me check.
Is that the movie I was thinking of? That might have been a 97.
Let me check. My 99s. a quick run through of my 99s: Star Wars: A New Hope, The Godfather Part 2, The Big Short, Mad Max, Fury Road, Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Departed, The Lion King, and The Truman Show.
Truman Show, that was the one.
Okay.
That's the one I was thinking of. I thought it was Dead Poet Society, but
Yeah.
ignore
No.
the head shake. That was just me acknowledging that.
My Dead Poet Society, I have given it a 89. Nope,
Really?
it's in the 90s. It's 92.
Okay.
Yep.
Anyway, we can move on.
Anyway,
I
we
just got
move
a
on.
little sidetracked.
Godzilla Minus One. Takashi Yamazaki did the goddamn thing in this movie, man. He really did. This is
$15 million US.
this is the fucking Godzilla movie that I've wanted. This is the goddamn fucking Godzilla movie that we've been asking for. This puts the American MonsterVerse to shit. This the thing about, I think, that this makes this movie stand above the rest is, one, I mean, it's fucking just brilliantly made, but the human aspect of this movie, man, that you could just have a whole movie about the humans and not show Godzilla at all, and it's still as captivating, it's still as raw, it's still as emotional.
Yeah. It works as a contemporary, like, post-war PTSD type of thing.
Yeah.
And then you throw Godzilla on top of it,
And it
and
becomes the best. It's the best of both worlds.
And it fits so well as like the Godzilla overall metaphor is like a metaphor for nuclear war,
Yeah.
atomic bombs.
This is the blueprint on how to do it.
And it's not when you watch it, it's pretty evidence like that, like they didn't redo. They didn't recreate the wheel or anything here.
No.
It's just the simple fact that you make an epic movie with epic set pieces and you actually
Care.
give the time to the characters to flesh them out.
Yeah.
And then, oh shit, you actually have stakes.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought?
So here's where I write.
But obviously, on top of that, it's incredibly well done.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like half-assed or anything. The characterization is done 100 per, like, all out, and the direction's fucking gorgeous. Just everything about it. But sorry, go on.
Here's where I write. Now for my New York Film School douchebag type film studies review. I'm just gonna spark note it. You have pain, grief.
Oh, I got through college.
You have pain, grief, fear, trauma, revenge, redemption. Those themes flood through this movie throughout the beginning of this film, starting from a failed kamikaze pilot to the spoiler alert, which we already know it's a spoiler review.
We already talked about this last episode. That
Yeah.
was your call to go watch it. We're gonna be talking about it now.
Yeah, now we're talking about it. So all of those themes tying into redemption at the end, from the failed kamikaze pilot at the immediate start of this movie to the redemption of fulfilling his kamikaze goal, I guess you could say was a goal.
Like a self-fulfilling prophecy kind of
Yeah,
deal.
like you proved to yourself that you could do it, that he was able to actually be a kamikaze pilot when he needed it the most, not in war but against Godzilla. Those flood through this movie beautifully in ways that really make you feel for the main character of Koichi. Koichi, is that how we are pronouncing it?
Koichi?
Koichi
It's Koichi.
Shishima. Shishimi. I'm blanking on.
That's the one. His last name I really struggle with because again
Yeah.
we are
Stupid
but
American.
simple Americans.
Yeah.
I can remember everybody's name in Saltburn, but I mean, no disrespect to anybody in this movie, but our simple American
brains are too stupid.
Yeah, we can't quite differentiate the names, but
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't make them any less brilliant.
Yeah. But I mean, you can say so much about this, right? This is the Godzilla movie I've wanted to watch. This like jaw-dropping visuals, precise writing, character development across the board. Not to mention the sound design absolutely blew me away. And how can I not? And I wrote this in all caps. How the fuck can I not forget the score? You want to talk about the final fight scene in the water? This man put his entire nutsack into that score, and blood was flowing to you know where when that final track hit.
You just heard us talk about Saltburn. You know where it was running.
It was into my penis. Into my Lil Dicky album Penis that dropped at 12 o'clock.
You know what? Naoki Sato. That's the composer.
He fucking put his entire soul into that final track. And like you said, it is the Godzilla theme. It starts off the Godzilla theme, but then it just fucking takes off. And it's so adrenaline boosting. It just gets you fired up, man. I listened to it for 2 hours straight, just that track on loop. It is so goddamn good. I fell asleep to it and I woke up. I fell asleep to that track. And I was having dreams of like being fucking fighting Godzilla. Like it was so sick. But this movie has given me some of the greatest destruction in a film that I've seen probably ever in cinema. Like you said, Godzilla is a fuck. You told me in a theater, you whispered over you like Godzilla is a fucking dickhead. he is an absolute menace, and it quite literally took my breath away on some of these scenes. His first atomic breath scene, not the one in the water, but like because you know that's what it is. It looks like it's an atomic bomb, but it's not. It's him in the water. When he's in, what was the name of the city?
Ginza.
Ginza, whatever. When
Ginza.
you see the spikes on his back turn to that fluorescent light blue, and they all just start shooting out of his back from his tail to the back of his neck. Bro, chills running down my spine. That is some of the greatest CGI. That is some of the greatest like visuals I've seen in a like. It's so fucking good, dude. It's incredibly good. Like, and you know, once you see that first spike come out of his tail, you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, shit's about to go down,
dude. And
something is about to explode, and it's about to be filmed in an incredible manner.
And he shoots it across the city. It explodes, and then it goes quiet for a second, and then you just hear the ripple effects of the blast come reverberating through the fucking city, literally killing billions, like millions of people. It fucking wiped people off the fucking floor. It almost knocked me out of my seat, and I was sitting in the back row.
Almost made you ignore
the fucking
people
man
talking
sleeping.
to our right and the guy
Dude,
who was actually dying
that.
behind us.
we will get
into that for sure.
we will get into that because I want to fucking talk about those fucking dickheads. But boy, I said, boy, oh boy, I'm gonna rate this fucking high. Obviously, there are things that are not going to make this a 100 out of 100 film.
No movie is perfect.
There are some. You pointed out, I wouldn't have noticed it on the spot until you said it. There are, in your favorite scene, the machine gun scene, you can see that the machine gun blasts are PNG images flashed on screen real quick. You can tell.
There's no recoil whatsoever.
Absolutely no recoil. There are scenes where the overturned boat in the water looked like a video game that didn't render in all the way correct. There are little things like that, but again, that comes with the $15 million budget. I get that.
US.
But you can easily overlook these things. I'm not even gonna say like the end of,
and you should.
And you should. We'll get to the end,
and you will. If you watch it, you will.
The third thing about this movie, which I told you that immediately after, it's like I didn't want this to happen, but it happened, but I'm fucking fine with it. We'll get to that at the end of my rant. The things that the director's choice, that is one of them that I would have steered cleared with, but made me smile. Like, this is a fucking masterpiece. This is so goddamn good. And when it comes out, I recommend you get it on whatever highest capability you can. If you get it in 4K, if you see it in IMAX, if you can fucking get whatever. What you have, this is a absolute must watch of a movie. I don't even care if you're a Godzilla fan. You have to fucking watch this movie.
Next time you're strolling through Walmart and you see it on the pop up on the Blu-ray section, pick it up.
Pick it up. You will not be disappointed when you watch this movie. I can guarantee you that. I will put my
Zero.
entire life on the fact that you will have enjoyment watching this movie. Halfway through, yes, I know a big caveat of our dumb American brains are this is movies all in Japanese. I don't want to read subtitles. Yes, I understand there are movies where I'm feeling like I don't want to watch this because I don't want to listen to, I want to fucking hear what's going on. I want to have to read and kind of figure it out. Halfway through this movie, you fucking forget this movie's in Japanese.
Well, that's the case with most, I mean, I'll say all good foreign language films. You become accustomed to reading it and it becomes second nature to you.
Yeah.
When you become that invested, you just get used to reading it on the bottom of the screen, that the 1 inch, as Bong Joon-ho puts it, the 1 inch barrier that is subtitles. Once you get over that 1 inch barrier, your film world opens up immensely. And that's true. I've watched so many Korean and Japanese films over the last year and a half that have just blown anything I've seen in America out of the water.
100%.
It becomes, you don't even realize you're reading it because you're so invested in the story.
Yep.
That's just good storytelling.
I remember doing this. I've watched some Japanese films in the past, but going through my film school, we had to do a project of foreign language films, foreign directors, pick a director and write like a whole paper on them or whatever. So I picked Akira Kurosawa, and that's when I realized like Seven Samurai I have as a 100 out of 100 movie. I got over that barrier because I've watched so many of them during that time. I was like, this is just such a good fucking movie. And again, with
He probably has about 3 or 4 100 out of 100s.
Yeah, I mean, we can do a Akira Kurosawa episode at some point, but there's
Ron.
There's so many.
But him,
once you can break the
Miyazaki, it's a good time to be a Japanese filmmaker.
And you know what? I think because of that, I watched after doing that project, we did our first 3-hour episode, and it made watching like the All Quiet on the Western Front that much more enjoyable. I was able to get over that 1 inch barrier, and that turned out to be one of the fucking greatest war movies I think I've seen. This movie's so goddamn good. So I don't know if you want to touch on any of the stuff I said before I get into the very final part of the movie. I feel like you want to talk about some stuff before I get to the very last scene, which is what I didn't agree with, but I was very happy that they did it.
Yeah, I got some general stuff that I want to get out there into the universe. So, first of all, I feel like this movie benefits from the fact that it's got Toho behind it, which is they created the original Godzilla, a lot of those first movies. So obviously they understand the source material. They have clear love for the source material. And I think I only mentioned this when we were in the car on the way back from the movie, when I talked about how Toho had a deal in place with Legendary Pictures, where Legendary they had their whole universe planned, but Toho could still make their own movie. So they let Legendary make this whole MonsterVerse, get the Godzilla brand as popular as it is now, and then they release it at the height of all of this, right when the TV show comes out too, like right at the height of it, Godzilla versus Kong.
Right before the new
right
Godzilla
before the new Empire, I think it's called, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they released this, and it's as fucking good as it is. Masterful planning. And I mean, on top of that, I think the themes in this movie that come back in terms of like being critical towards how Japan viewed their soldiers, like the overwhelming necessity for sacrifice in kamikaze, and killing themselves for their nation. And the theme of, and it's just one word, one line in the movie that brought me to tears the first time I watched it was just, and you'll know it when it comes, if you do watch it, just the word live. You see these themes get pushed forward, and I mean, characters go through their arcs, and you have these Japanese citizens planning this basically this attack strategy against Godzilla. And you see this new version of,
Which when you watch this movie, you'll feel the same way I did when I leaned over to Zach and Thaner. I said, "These guys planning this Godzilla attack." I said, "This is just a bunch of boys ready to go fuck some shit up. These are just the boys being like, yeah, we could take on Godzilla."
just like what, yeah, it's like you see a nation like maturing and moving forward and how they sort of see like their value of life among the soldiers and citizens.
Yep.
Like just the implementation of one ejection seat made me lose my mind. I loved it so much. The just the emphasis on, at the beginning of the movie, they make such an emphasis on, like, the outcome is certain. We know Japan is going to lose World War One. They've basically already lost it. Mainland Japan has already been bombed. But we're still going to send out kamikaze pilots to, we're going down with a fight. We're going to wreak as much havoc as possible, even though it's just, in the grand scheme of things, it's just a complete waste of life. And you see it move, and then you see it in the final act of the
See it
film. Yeah,
blossom
the
into
final act of the film, everybody, you're not forced into, and this is coming from a Japanese general saying you're not being forced into this situation. Anyone here is free to leave on their own free will. And indeed, people do leave. But upon hearing they have a choice, they unite, and they know that the ultimate mission is to come home. We're not sacrificing men here. You know, it's, people will die, but the ultimate goal is we bring home as many people as possible. And I love that, um the juxtaposition from the beginning of this movie and to the end of it. You see not just the maturing of certain characters, but the maturing of the whole nation as a result of that. And I think the filmmakers understood that. There's that grandiose message there at the end. And I think that's so fucking beautiful. And I think they handled it so well. I think they executed it so well. The I think it's so smart. Just the character development that on a grand scale equates to a whole nation kind of maturing and realizing that its most valuable, I guess, resource is the survival of its people. And I've watched it twice in theaters now. I watched it in IMAX once, and then we watched it, and Dom and I watched it in a theater full of fucking idiots. And it didn't have any I was annoyed for sure, but the second watch was just as impactful as the first watch. I thought it was incredible, and the last thing I would have ever expected coming from a kaiju action movie. I think the lower budget benefited that, because you do spend so much time with these characters, and they take the Jaws approach. You know, Godzilla isn't on the screen all that much. When he is, he's a fucking monster. But when he's not, you're getting completely immersed and involved with these characters that you grow to care so much about. And I picked an absolute excellent time to end this while Dom is beneath his desk.
I'm attempting to grab a stink bug, and when I went to grab him with my empty water bottle, he fell. So I'm listening. I'm just trying to grab the stink bug that fell onto my floor.
Do you have a visual on said stink bug? Oh boy. Ladies and gentlemen, I think he might have a visual. I think he may have gotten it.
Fucking got him.
Godzilla Secure.
Dude, these stink bugs come into this room so goddamn much. It's absolutely crazy. I don't know how they're getting in, but I have captured. Maybe I'll leave this one here. I've captured 15 in the last 8 days. I've thrown them out. I might leave this one here as a trophy, and we'll see how many I can accumulate from this episode to the next.
You should leave it out as a visual representation to the other stink bugs. Maybe I shouldn't come around here. Keep collecting them and just like a mass grave.
Well, I found that's the easiest way to collect stink bugs is put a water bottle with just a little bit of water underneath them as they're climbing and just go, and they'll fall right into it. They're very dumb. They're like my dumb American brain when it comes to reading Japanese films. They'll just. This is what happens when you break the 1-inch barrier. You succumb to what the fate is. In this case,
Are
for
you saying that
death.
Are you saying that the stink bug is the American audience
Yes.
and the result is death?
In the stink bug's case, yes. But in our film brain mind, the result is a new experience. Like this little fella's new experience is drowning in a half centimeter of water.
I mean, there's an awful lot of open water in Godzilla Minus One.
There's a lot.
You can turn anything into a metaphor. So you could say that stink bug is the American audience's completely captivated, even turn into a captive audience because they just want more of what they just saw. And they literally can't escape. Who knows?
Who knows?
What a douchey response. What a douchey, pretentious response from
That's really dickhead.
little old me.
A little pretentious answer from you, you fucking nerd. Anyway, keep cooking.
That was that 5-minute spiel was that was what I had to say there. We can go into other stuff too, but
all right,
that was
let's get into
the
part
main thing.
The very last thing that the director chose to make this choice in the movie. I don't agree with it, but I'm pleased on how it happened. I'm pleased with it. I'm okay with it. I personally,
even if it's completely unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Yeah, absolutely unbelievable. But I'm fine with it because the ending is such a bring you to tear moment like it did to you in IMAX. So Koichi redeems himself in being a kamikaze pilot by
a new age kamikaze pilot.
One of the greatest scenes I think I've seen in a very long time. Godzilla's they devise this plan to trap Godzilla in the water, which they do successfully.
Would you say it's one of your favorite uses of silence in a movie recently?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Godzilla gets trapped.
Question.
Godzilla gets trapped in the water. He kind of breaks free from the trap a little bit. Enough to where
he's got fucking Zilla.
Yeah, because it's Godzilla.
Of course he does.
He starts to do this atomic breath sequence to set up for the stakes of this atomic breath sequence. They trapped him with 2 warships. He was too strong for the warships. A bunch of civilians brought their spice running boats out to try to pull the warships opposite directions to tighten up the restraints on Godzilla. Well, Godzilla does his thing, being God fucking Zilla, and he starts to do his atomic breath. Movie goes quiet. Everything becomes in slow motion. You see the fear and panic in all of these guys' faces as they know what their impending doom is. They're gonna get blasted to fucking Kingdom Come. all of a
One of
sudden.
my favorite uses of I want to cut you off real quick, but probably my favorite use of cutting out sound since Black went down. Like right
Mhm.
before they go into Mogadishu,
Mhm.
you could see all the helicopters, and then all the sound cuts off
Mhm.
right before shit hits the fan.
Well, that's what
The
this
thing that comes to mind. But back to you.
because it was soundtrack, huge score, instant silence, impending death. Godzilla's mouth is open. You can see the light in the back of his throat. That fucking atomic breath's coming. Then it cuts to off into the distance. You hear the humming of a kamikaze plane, which flies right the fuck into the mouth of Godzilla, blowing up. Guess who that was? That was Koichi. He did it. All of a sudden, look up. Here he comes out in a parachute. Boom. Flashback scene. The guy who told him he was a failure for being a failure, for not being a kamikaze pilot, he was a disgrace. Flashback, he put in an ejector seat and told him to live. That moment choked me up. It brought Zach to tear the first time. So he floats down.
What's his name? Takibana? Takibana. That was his name.
Takibana.
I can never forget that name.
Tachibana.
Takibana. Reminds me of Banana Republic.
So, one issue I had with that, minor issue. Him
Oh,
flying.
this isn't even the issue I thought you were going to bring up.
No. It kind of gets to it. He comes flying in, I think, a little too far away from being just a long, drawn out silence. Oh shit. Oh fuck, they're gonna fail this. Like this is gonna end bad. He comes in a little too far away from the sound. I think it should have been much closer and then hits.
Well, you see, I kind of like that because, like, we all knew what was going to happen, right?
Yeah.
We all knew he was going to fly that thing into his mouth.
Yeah.
So I think giving him that little moment of, like, you see his face, you see the plane come in, you know it's going to happen. I feel like it would have been almost a little bit Michael Bay-ish, like a little bit of unintentional comedy, if you just, oh yeah, that guy.
No. I think in silence, I think they could have just cut to him closer instead of being so far away. Like you could have still gone to him and his in scene, he sees the picture of the girl that got blasted away, which we'll get to, and then going into the mouth. I think you could have done it closer from being so far away. I also think it was a director's choice because when they released it overseas, that's the time where the crowd goes like one of those moments where you give that and then you can finally stop cheering, sit down, and then see the shit happen.
Yeah, it's like when there's a crazy cameo in shit, what the fuck is that called? What is Seinfeld called? Type of comedy is?
Slapstick?
No.
Sitcom?
Yeah, sitcom. For some reason I was thinking rom-com.
Yeah.
When Kramer runs in and then you got to give him his time for his applause and he's like,
and then he speaks. Yeah. Yep. And they do that, and the more I think of it, they do that in other movies. Like, I mean, back to, I know you hate Marvel, but when they introduced the Illuminati and they teased the John Krasinski as, Mr. Fantastic, he came in, the place went wild, and then like a couple seconds afterwards, he started his talk. They give you that crowd reaction moment.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's not a biggest gripe. It's just something that I would have done a little differently. But the issue I have was the first scene I was talking about when you see the atomic breath when the spikes come out. He blows up the shit. The reverberation of the fucking blast comes back through the city, wiping everything out. His partner, I guess you can say, who he meets early in the movie, they raise this child together. They're not in a relationship whatsoever. She basically saves him by pushing him out of the way and gets blasted off to the fucking moon by this blast of whatever. Boom. Wipes off her feet, gone. And there's a building behind her, smacked in like a pancake, like she's gone. Boom, blasted off screen. And you can see the effect, like just ripping buildings apart. You're like, no fucking shot. And then it comes back. It goes the other way. You're like, she's dead. Like, she's dead. She dies. She dies in this movie. She's gone. Not gone. Well, he survives the kamikaze plane. Boom. End of the movie. Spoiler alert. She's actually not dead. She's in the hospital. She has cuts and bruises, broken arms, and like a wrap around her head. She's actually alive. What I said to Zach in the theater was, after she died, I said, they better not do some fuck shit where she's not dead. Because that would, in my opinion, that would kill the whole sacrifice plan. That would it would ruin the sacrifice if he ends up sacrificing himself. In my head, I was saying all that shit, but I said, Zach, they better not do
That
some
gave me a
fuck
bit
shit.
of a ticking time bomb after that point. I said, no, of course not.
I was like, Zach, they better not do some fuck shit and actually bring her back, because I think that would, at the time of me thinking this, I think that would ruin the end of the movie if they did that, or the middle of the movie, or whenever. It would make it feel like his journey from that moment on was a waste. The same way in these Marvel movies, like what they're not doing is, if they bring Iron Man back, okay, his sacrifice would mean nothing, like how emotional it meant in Endgame. However, whatever. You don't, if somebody important to the story dies, don't bring him back, because that next journey means more knowing that person died. Anyway, they bring her back. And at the moment of when I saw her back, and they did this final, like, he sprinted up the hospital stairway, busted through the door. There she was. I had a fucking tear in my eye, and I'm like, yep, she's back. She's fucking back. But then, Zach, why is that so unrealistic? What happens?
You mean why it can't be just a standard classic happy ending?
Yeah.
Well, you see this little, after the embrace happens, they're hugging. It seems like we're gonna fade to credits. You see this little vein in her neck, and it swells up with this black liquid. Something. I'm pretty sure it's radiation poisoning. It could also be that she's
The new
morphing
Godzilla.
into a Godzilla or something. I don't think that's the case. I think it's radiation poisoning. So they're giving it back to you, and then they're ripping it back away.
Yes.
And then we cut to some Godzilla remains that start to mutate. So a little bit of sequel bait there, but that's one of my theories for that ending scene. The other one is that he actually died in the kamikaze crash, and he's now in the afterlife. The only thing that really tells me that is the lighting of that scene. It seemed a little too
Bright.
heavenly for my taste, a little bit too bright. Yeah, a little too light. It
It was
seemed
very
like
white. It was a very
seemed
white
afterlife.
Yeah.
Yeah. My
Very
pea-sized American brain would say afterlife-y. It felt a bit afterlife-y to me.
douchebaggy film maker technical side was very overexposed.
Yeah. You get a lot of lens flare off the sun, stuff like that. It seems very superficial.
Mhm.
Like it's not actually happening. Maybe that's just my interpretation. Do I think that's what happened? My gut says no, she's actually still alive, and he's just seeing the brightest side that he could possibly see. I think that's also an interpretation.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think she is alive, but she has radiation poisoning. And I guess we'll see where that leads us in the next movie, because this has been so unbelievably successful. In fact, the most successful Japanese language film to ever release in the US.
This
So we
movie
will
has
most
made-
certainly get a sequel to this, and my hope is that they put as much care and effort into it as they did with the first one.
this
Because
movie was made.
I'm itching for a little bit more.
This movie was made with a $15 million budget, and when we went to go see it, reports said within the next couple days this will have surpassed $100 million in profit.
I haven't looked. I know it's I didn't look up the overall box office, but when I like looked it up to look at the cast list. I scrolled past Wikipedia and I think it was tagged at 94, but that has to be updated by now. I'm gonna look up the box office right now.
Mhm.
I'm fairly certain that it's past 100 million by now globally.
Mhm.
No.
No,
So it says 96.4 million.
that's still very, very fucking good.
3 days ago, closing in on it's going to pass $100 million at some point.
Yeah,
And it's releasing Toho's having a black and white release of this movie as well.
that's sick.
And I'm a sucker for black and white. As someone who just finally finished season 6 of Better Call Saul, and I watch The Lighthouse once every few months just because I love that movie so much. And I love that aspect ratio so much. I know, maybe I'd like to see a Godzilla movie in 133:1 aspect ratio in black and white. Like it was intended to be back in the 40s when they were, or 50s when they, I think it was the 50s.
Yeah,
The first Godzilla was the 50s. I'm not entirely sure.
I want to say 54-ish.
See, I'm gonna look it up. Oh, I just searched up Fist Godzilla movie. I don't think I'm gonna find what I want there. First,
1954.
yeah. Another thing I love about this movie is the sort of classic mesh with modern that they went for with this Godzilla. Because if you look at the original model for um like the suit they had for the 54 version, and then you watch this movie, you can definitely see the similarities.
Mhm.
Like you can definitely tell that there was a lot of love put in for the original product that Toho had put out back then, but I mean the spikes especially, and I mean you look at the thunder thighs and the massive fucking feet. This has to be These have to be the biggest Godzilla feet I have ever seen.
Enormous.
Gigantic. Dude had Shaq feet and thunder thighs that I could only dream of in my wildest nightmares, because I would never want thighs quite that wide, but 96.4 million. Black and white's releasing. It's gonna pass 100 million. We're gonna get a sequel. And I'm usually really against that because I hate sequels for the most part.
Mhm.
Um and I'm definitely being hypocritical because I am excited for sequels that tickle my particular fancy.
Dune Part 2.
Dirty as fuck. That sounded really dirty. Maybe it's just because I watched Saltburn twice. Everything I say sounds dirty now.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, I need to take a shower.
Gladiator 2, I'm excited about. Alien Romulus, I'm super excited about. Anything that comes out with the Evil Dead title on it, I'm excited about. So,
Dune Part 2.
100%. But I mean, that has to have sequels. You can't get up. David Lynch tried to get all of that into one movie and it didn't quite work. So I love trilogies when it is intended to be a trilogy, you know?
Mhm.
Like I don't like a great standalone movie that did so well that they had to make sequels that just weren't as good, like Saw, stuff like that. But I'm I'm sitting with anticipation to see what Toho and son of a bitch.
Legendary.
No, not Legendary. I was trying to stall for time while I look up the director's name because again, I'm a simple American. I'm not racist. I when it comes to like Asian names, I cannot remember them. Takashi Yamazaki. I'm assuming he'd be helming the sequel.
I would hope so.
So, yeah, that was me biding time while I look up his name because I completely forget every Asian person's name.
Yep.
I hope you forgive me, Toho. North Korea is watching, which you're not, but I mean, don't kill me. Or do. I don't care. Who gives a shit? I don't know where that went, but general thoughts on Godzilla Minus One. I laid pretty much everything I wanted to out there. Already went over the score. Fucking gorgeous. Fantastic. Epic, sad, classic, all at the same time. Perfect.
Go watch this. Just go watch it.
Please do. I might even go watch it for a third time in black and white.
Oh, I absolutely will see it in black and white.
Yeah. I do that with a lot of movies. I'll just turn the color on my TV all the way down to 0.
Mhm.
It's not the same effect,
Yeah.
but it sort of is the same thing. I've watched Gladiator that way. Pretty
Mhm.
cool. I don't know. Give it a try sometime. If
Yeah.
you're ever feeling nostalgic, watch a movie and then go to your settings in your TV and turn the color down to 0.
Mhm.
Pretty cool.
Very cool.
I don't know. But I don't know. With that, that's the Godzilla Minus One and Saltburn meme episode. Definitely a strange combination.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely going to probably if you were used to the first half of this episode, then you're gonna have to enter the same frame of mind that we did when seriously talking about Godzilla Minus One.
It's very
That
hard
we-
because I'm an entire bottle of wine down. And I had to pull my shit
Yeah.
to get to this.
And I am this far down and this far down, if you can read that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a line my mom likes to give me. But honest advice, halfway through this episode, if you're listening, do a little bit of this.
And slap yourself in the
And
face.
then get in your serious film analyzation mode because it's gonna hit you like a train. You're gonna go from high dean to philosophical Godzilla post-war PTSD conversation.
Mhm.
And I hope you enjoy. I don't have a whole lot else to say.
I have nothing else to say.
Well then,
We
thank
should.
you all for joining us on this interesting journey. It's a
Yep.
little bit like Saltburn, kind of. The first half of the movie was a bit of a red herring for the second half. It's kind of like what this episode was.
Yes.
So I hope we shocked you and maybe hit you in the feels a little bit. Who knows? Thanks for listening.
Yeah. We should say what we're gonna review or talk about next week.
Okay.
I don't know. Let's think of one right now.
We could have a like a serious dissection of Saltburn, mix in some memes now and again.
We
Because I
could.
do have some serious thoughts on Saltburn because I do actually really like that movie,
Mm.
and it makes me want to talk about it a lot.
We can talk about it a little bit. I want to let me find a movie I have not seen that I want to talk about. That I
So
want
I
to
have seen Talk to Me, the A24 horror movie
Okay.
made by
We can talk about
YouTubers
that one.
that was really fucking good.
Okay.
And what else? Ah, yes. Episode 1 of True Detective Night Country was
Ooh.
awesome with Jodie Foster.
Mhm.
Seems like coming to form for that show again since season 1.
Mm.
I'm really excited. I love what I saw from the first episode. So I'll talk a little bit about that.
We didn't talk about the Emmys. We didn't talk about any winners. Maybe we'll
Oh, I
touch.
didn't even watch the Emmys. I don't even know who won.
Yeah, maybe we'll look at that and we'll talk a little bit about some of the winners.
Yeah, I'm
Just
gonna assume Oppenheimer was nominated and won a lot of stuff.
TV. Emmys is TV.
Oh, I'm thinking of Golden Globes. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
All right. So
Golden
I'm going
Globes
to
is what it
assume
was.
that the I'm
That's
going to
what it was.
assume
It was Golden Globes.
then
Golden
Yeah.
Globes is TV. One of the fucking ones is TVs. That's what just was. It's
Emmys is
TVs.
well, Golden Globes is movies and TV. Emmys is TV.
What the fuck did we just watch? Golden Globes.
Emmys happen too, right?
I don't know. Here's the thing.
Yeah, Emmys happen. I'm
Little
going to
quick.
assume that The Bear won a shit ton of stuff,
Yep.
and I'm going to assume that Better Call Saul was nominated for a bunch of stuff and didn't win anything.
And Succession won a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But I'll leave you with this on that note. You can't put these award shows on Sunday night during NFL playoffs because you're gonna get like you got the lowest.
Yeah, they're wondering why they had a record low viewership.
Yeah, because you put it on against a fucking wild card, an 8 p.m. wild card football game.
Yeah, why didn't you put it on at wait, is it Sunday? This was
Yeah.
Sunday, right? Should
Yeah.
have put it on Monday during the Eagles game. You would have gotten loads of viewership from Philadelphia.
Yep.
About 45 minutes in.
Yes. But no, they do it Sunday night where you have two football games playing back to back. So that's kind of, they shoot themselves in the foot there. And that's, you know what? That's your fault, not mine, for not watching.
Yeah, I also have nothing to gain by your viewership, Emmy, so do whatever you want. I don't care.
All right. We'll figure out what we're listening to, what we're going to talk about next week, and we'll tease it at some point. But thanks for sharing this long ass journey with us. We will see you guys next time.
Bye.